What were you ready for?
Probably a sexual encounter.
Okay. Tell me about that. Tell me why that was going through your head. And be honest.
I just wanted to have sex.
At this moment, detectives were shocked by the horrifying claims of a monstrous child predator concealed behind the composed demeanor. However, 65-year-old Daniel Furlong from White Pigeon, Michigan believed he was in the clear, having committed far more heinous crimes years ago than those for which he was initially arrested.
The allegation is that on July 28th of 2015 in the village of White Pigeon, he did knowingly restrain a 10-year-old child by means of a weapon or dangerous instrument.
Daniel attempted to lure Mackenzie Stafford into his garage with the intent to exploit and prey on her.
I almost got killed.
Fortunately, Mackenzie sensed danger and managed to escape the situation.
All of a sudden, he pulls me back and just grabs me. He says, "Shut up or I'll kill you." Then he grabs me by my mouth, and then he tries to pull a knife out.
This encounter led to Daniel's arrest in August 2015, revealing a series of disturbing truths about his past during a shocking interrogation.
There was no emotion in him whatsoever, no remorse, nothing.
Authorities were stunned to find DNA evidence linking Daniel to the 2007 murder and SA of Jodi Parrack.
How has this kidnapping, rape, torture, and murder and finding my daughter's body in the cemetery affected my life? For 8 years, I had to live my life every day, not knowing who killed my baby or why.
For over 8 years, Jodi and her family were denied justice after she was found dead in the Constantine Township Cemetery.
We saw her laying on the ground. I fell on the ground, saying, "No, God, no, God." I couldn't believe it. I didn't want to believe it.
But fate took a turn when the courageous Mackenzie Stafford fought off Daniel, leading to his arrest and a DNA match that ultimately brought justice for Jodi.
He was not on our radar until she came along. She's the one that broke the case. She absolutely is.
But the detectives were unaware of the shocking confession that awaited them.
Later that evening, probably about, I don't know, it must have been 5 o'clock or so, I seen this little girl riding up the street. And I thought, well, you know, I had been taking these pills called Santex. It's a drug to stop smoking and stuff. Plus it makes you hallucinate. And I asked this girl to come over to help me move some stuff. She got off her bike, came up to the house. That's when I grabbed her, took her in the garage, threw her in the back of this boat that was in the garage. That must be the one I got the DNA on her ship. And got her out of the boat. And I didn't know what to do. So I got...
What was she saying when she was in the boat and stuff?
She wasn't moving, she wasn't screaming, nothing. Like, you know, this was an everyday occurrence or something.
How long was she in the boat?
I probably had her in the boat probably 35, 40 minutes.
What kind of boat are we talking? Was it like on a trailer?
Yeah, I was on a trailer.
Were you in the boat with her?
I got in the boat with her.
Was there any penetration? Was there any penetration or anything?
No, I didn't want to have sex with her, nothing like that. So I got her out of the boat. By that time it was dark out. And I thought, well, got her in my truck. I thought, now what am I going to do? So I just...
Is this in the cab of the truck or back in the...
cab of the truck.
This is a pickup truck?
Yep.
Okay.
Was she still alive at this point?
At this time, yeah, she was still alive.
Daniel then restrained Jodi's hands with zip ties. Daniel denies sexually assaulting Jodi, but the evidence tells a different story.
And was she talking to you at all?
she said, will you let me go? I said, I can't let you go, honey. So then I took her out to the cemetery, down on the ground, and I thought, well, maybe she'll catch her breath again. And I just took off.
I think she was probably good, Dan.
Well, I don't know.
Why did you go into the boat?
Because the garage floor was nothing but dirt and stuff.
Okay. Go ahead.
So I got her into that boat. And then she didn't resist or nothing like that.
Did she say anything to you?
No. She said, yeah, she did. She said, stop, stop. She said, I'll come back. I said, come back? She said, yeah, let me go, I'll come back. Well, in my mind, I thought, yeah, you're not, you know.
You knew you were in big trouble if you let her go.
Yep. So that's when I got her back out of the boat, put her in my pickup, and that's when I went off to the cemetery. And I don't even think it was 35 minutes. I think it was probably a half hour. Well, when her...
Well, we know.
Well, yeah, let me just get there, okay? She had that open sweater.
But watch as he reveals the horrific details in his confession.
What now was it?
She had that one sweater, it was a big long sweater, and then she had another sweater over the top of it. And that's when I caught my senses, and I thought, what the hell? So then I got her back out of the boat.
How did you get her out of the boat? How did you get her out of the boat?
I had to drag her out of the boat.
So she didn't voluntarily, she didn't crawl out of the boat herself then? Or?
No, I had to help her out.
Were her arms moving at that point? She's struggling with you?
No.
So you had to carry her?
Did she struggle with you at any point in time?
Nope. None. When I got her out of the boat, put her in my truck, I said, now sweetheart, just get in the truck. I'll take you home. And when I took off with her down the street, she said, let me go, let me go. I said, okay. So I thought, no, if I let her go, then I've been had. And I got her out to the cemetery. And that's the honest God truth.
He still needed to fulfill these urges that were in him.
Daniel admitted to molesting Jodi, but claimed he did not sexually assault her.
That's when I decided, well, I think I better just get her somewhere where she can, where I can get rid of her.
Daniel confesses to detectives that he tied a plastic bag over Jodi's head.
I just pulled the strings around like this with the handle of the bag around the back of her neck. That's when she passed out.
I guess it's easier to think that she didn't have to suffer as much. But I can imagine sitting there with the plastic bag over your head for a half an hour.
I thought, he's a monster. He put a bag over her head and waited for her to die. That's not the person I knew. There was nothing that would make you think that this man was capable. So I'm watching his grandkids playing with him outside. Yeah.
I mean, what'd you think?
Typical grandfather.
I probably killed her in the garage after I got her out of the boat. She had to help herself some to get out of the boat. Okay. Because I don't know how much she weighed at the time or nothing like that. I'm not a very big guy, so I couldn't lift up very much.
So, just trying to clarify and understand. You just told me you killed her at the cemetery, you swear on your Bible. Then you said you just did it after she got out of the boat. Which is it, man?
I think I killed her at the house.
I don't want to know what you think.
I killed her at the house, okay? I killed her at the house.
Okay. When?
When I got her out of the boat.
Okay. So that's when it happened.
Took the bag off the base side. Cut the wire ties. Lay her on the ground.
Okay.
I put the bike later on the ground.
So prior to Had you had any feelings about, abducting a kid or feelings for little girls or anything like that?
No.
Dan, that's not how this kind of stuff works. You don't just all of a sudden decide, oh, I'm going to kill this little girl. And something must have happened that made this come into you.
I mean, was the desire there in the back of your mind? You just didn't act on it? You just attracted to that age, 10, 11, 12 years old? Just.
Well, it looked like for me, if you would see her, she looked like she was about 14 or 15. But she was, and everything, so.
So you're attracted to that age then?
No, I was attracted to older girls, but I thought she was older than what. So, don't mind me, guys. I'm just a bundle of nerves right now. So.
Watch as the detectives probe into Daniel's insecurity complex to uncover the root cause of his actions.
I mean, I'm with you. That's kind of something that we all enjoy, right? But it seems like it was kind of controlling you from what you're...
Probably premeditated.
What's that?
Premeditated.
What do you mean?
Well, it's probably gonna... First thing that came along. I didn't know what,
Why were those feelings so strong?
I don't know. Really, I don't. Someone just told me, go ahead and have it.
Say that again?
Just go ahead and have it.
Who said that?
My mind.
Okay. You really wanted to have sex with that?
Yeah.
Well, how were things with your wife? Okay. Sounds like you were working in the day and she was working in the night type thing? Not seeing her very much? How long had that been going on?
8 years.
8 years. And on November 8th, 2007, you just couldn't take it anymore?
Mm-hmm.
That's not the first day either, is it? That's not the first day you had those feelings, is it?
No.
What was different about this day?
I don't know. Something just boggled my mind. Just out of the blue, So.
What did you do when you got home?
When I got home, I just went in the house. At that time, my brain was going 50 million miles an hour.
Did you take a shower or clean up or anything?
No.
What happened to the clothes you were wearing?
If I'm not mistaken, I threw them away.
There was a little bit of blood on her sweater.
Did you struggle at all?
Not that I know, not that I remember.
Did she struggle with you when you were trying to handcuff her?
No. She lay flat on the floor. I tied her.
What did you say to
I said, what you call it? What did I say to her? I don't even remember.
Any idea how the blood got on her sweater?
No idea how the blood got on her sweater at all. I don't know if I had cut myself or whatever.
Yeah. Did you ever take her pants off?
No, never took her pants off.
Did you ever put your hand in her pants?
No.
Did you touch her zipper?
Did I touch her zipper? Not that I recall.
Because more than likely there's some DNA of yours down there. I mean, did you have to pick her up?
I had to help her in the truck.
How did she get out of the truck?
I brought her out.
I mean, pick her up and move her?
Did she move herself or help you
I,
step out, or was she?
if I remember right, I went, let me show you. I'll show you. I think I had to pick her up like this, pull her out, and then lay her out on the ground.
So did you have a cap on the truck
No.
or a tonneau cover or
No,
something?
no,
So she
no.
didn't try to sit up at all when you were driving or try to
She
get?
was in the car.
Oh, I thought she was in the
I think she was in the
cab. Oh,
She was in the cab of the truck,
Oh.
and she slumped over.
So she wasn't breathing.
As far as I know, she was breathing.
But when did you put the,
When she got out of the truck
At the cemetery?
at the cemetery.
did you bring the bag along just for that purpose?
Not that I remember.
How did you happen to have a Myers bag with you?
It was in the truck.
Was the point of the bag to try to make it so she couldn't talk, knowing that she died?
I think so. Here, you better stop another one.
Well, why did you go to the cemetery? I mean, there's fields, there's
I don't know why I went to the cemetery. But I found out later she was scared of the cemetery.
How'd you find that?
I heard that in the newspaper and on the TV set.
Daniel recalls discovering that Jodi was afraid of the cemetery. Yet, ironically, rather than the dead, it was the living that brought her the most terrifying experience of her life.
There was no emotion in him whatsoever, no remorse, nothing.
What would have happened if she hadn't gotten away from you?
Probably an income like Jodi happened. But I'm not a serial killer, if that's what you think.
But the detectives uncovered a horrific revelation that paints Daniel as a potential serial killer.
Dan, there is a list of girls and names in the garage. There's a picture in the garage. There's a list of all the young girls in the neighborhood, their names. What was that for?
I don't know why I had them all wrote down.
I think you do.
No, I don't really. I had them all wrote down. I don't know why. I just wrote them down.
Well, how would you know their names?
Well, I found it out later, and so.
Well, there were boys in the neighborhood too. You didn't write any of their names down.
Well, I know.
You don't write young girls' names down for no reason.
I thought maybe one of them girls would be instead of.
So, but how did you get the names? Did somebody tell you their names?
My grandkids told me.
So they told you the names of.
What he was trying to do with the list is trying to see what girls he could capture and ones that he can't.
Detectives skillfully cornered Daniel with his own words, exploiting his need to prove his masculinity to elicit a truthful confession.
So, were you waiting to do this? Waiting for an opportunity for one of these girls to make themselves available to do this again?
Oh, I had plenty of opportunity because all these girls were in my house.
Mm-hmm.
Hanging out with your grandsons.
Well,
But there were other people there, so were you waiting for an opportunity when you were alone?
Right.
Daniel was also suspected of having a possible connection to the 1997 disappearance of Brittany Beers in Sturgis, who was abducted near her home and has never been found. Police noted that a composite sketch of the man last seen speaking to Brittany Beers strongly resembles Daniel.
That's the purpose of this, is to tell us what you've done. Everything, completely, fully, truthfully.
I killed Jodi and that's it. I didn't kill anybody else. That's how I got it true.
Part of the deal here is that you need to be honest and that we'll have you take a polygraph. And so if you do know anything about it, you need to tell us right
I
now.
know nothing. I'll take a polygraph test. I don't care. And as far as the other cases go, I'll take one on that too. I know nothing.
But the detectives were about to intensify the interrogation.
You have more skeletons in your closet than you have told us. We all know this already.
No, I don't.
Listen to me a second, okay? I don't know how many people you've killed in your life. I don't know. There are people who have killed countless people, hundreds of people. There are people who have killed 5 or 6. I don't know where in that range you fit. I don't have all those details. But you can fill us in on those, because this is your chance today to do that.
She's the only one I killed.
Okay. I believe that what you're telling me you think is true.
It is true.
I believe that what you're saying you think in your mind is true. But I'm not 100% convinced that it is. You didn't just decide, okay, maybe it is. I'll give you the benefit of the doubt. And I'll say that's the only person that you killed. But you didn't just wake up that day and have an urge to fondle or rape or have sex with whatever word you want to use with the girl. It didn't happen.
Yes, it did.
Not just that day. It's happened before.
No, it hasn't.
Yes, it has.
No, it has not.
You said yourself you've had those feelings before.
That's right. But I've never killed anybody before.
I'm not saying that. But you've had those feelings before, and you've acted on those feelings before. There are other girls out there that you have followed or that
No, there isn't.
Dan.
No, there is not.
How can we be sure of that? I don't believe that.
You don't, boy. I'm telling you the truth.
Dan, he's got something to show you. Something that you can't argue with, okay? When Brian said, we know you have, Dan, he's right.
No, he isn't. That ain't me.
Are you kidding me?
I don't care what that looks like. That's
Let me
not
ask
me.
you, what's that look like?
I don't know, but it doesn't look like me.
This is no driver's license picture of yours, correct?
This is 1997. Same year that composite was drawn.
I don't care, but that's not me.
Dan, none of this is you. Okay? I believe that. This isn't who you really are. It's whatever happens in your brain when it clicks and things go bad.
I'm telling you right now, that is not me, and I'm not taking the rap for that.
Taking the rap for what?
For whatever that composite is right there. I did not kill anybody else.
I'm not disagreeing with you. Because I don't have those facts. I would be willing to bet you have. But that's all I got right now.
No.
You didn't try to abduct, kidnap, take, lure a child into your home or garage twice. Once after you killed someone. And not ever have it had it happen again.
Oh, no.
Before.
I'm not, no.
You hearing me though?
I'm hearing you.
You killed her, did you not?
Yes, I did.
And you killed her while you were trying to act out on your problem, right?
Right.
Okay, which you tried to do again to me, right?
No, I was trying to push her out of the garage. I wasn't going to kill her.
I'm talking about your inhibitions.
Well, yeah, I had.
Okay, that's what you had on your mind, right?
Right.
Okay, you not only did you have them before those thoughts, you had them after. Even after the worst day in your life ever happened. After you killed, those feelings resurfaced again. They resurfaced after, and they surfaced before that.
No, they didn't.
How are you controlling them? It's a disease, man.
Well, I'm telling you the truth. I killed anybody else.
And you never had sex with any other young girl?
No, I did not.
Ever?
Never.
Nothing?
Nothing.
How in the world does that happen?
Because I always relieve my own self.
Okay. Did you relieve yourself the day you died?
No.
Did you relieve yourself the day it happened?
Yes, I did.
When?
Probably a couple days afterwards.
Do you expect all of us to believe that you never, ever had these feelings in your head of wanting to have sex so bad with somebody that you kind of laid in wait, waiting for somebody to come by, anybody, so that you could let them into you, and that it's only happened twice? You honestly expect us to believe that?
I'm willing to believe that he hasn't killed anybody before, but it's difficult to believe that there hadn't been some victim somewhere along the line.
Would it surprise you if it turned out he was a serial killer?
I guess I'd have to say no. It certainly raises red flags for law enforcement. I'm sure it does.
Like what happened in between?
Yes.
And what happened before?
Yes.
Following Jodi's murder, suspicion initially turned to Reserve Police Officer Raymond McCann after he suggested searching the local cemetery.
He said, well, did anybody check the cemetery again? And that's when I said, no, we haven't, but I guess we'll go there next.
The problem is he was out searching all night, and he himself never went and searched the cemetery except for coincidentally, right when the body was found.
Raymond was suspended from his position shortly after that. He had become a person of interest in the case. He also gave conflicting testimonies under oath about his whereabouts on the night of Jodi's murder. In the end, Raymond was sentenced to prison in 2014 for perjury related to the case.
You saw everything in the paper about what was going on with him. What did you think then?
I just thought I was in the clear.
Thankfully for Raymond, Daniel's confession ultimately cleared his name.
I didn't think I'd see my family again.
You thought you'd die there?
Yeah.
Why'd you think that, Ray?
I just knew I wasn't coming home alive. You know, being in law enforcement, being in there knowing that you're innocent. Never to see my daughter again, my grandkids. It's so hard on me. Been through a lot.
What do you think she would have become?
She said that she wanted to be a cosmetologist because when people feel pretty, it makes them happy, and she wanted to make people happy. I had to find out who killed her. If it would have took to the day I died, I would have never gave up on that, and that was just for her.
In November 2015, Daniel Furlong pleaded guilty to second-degree murder in the Jodi Parrack case. He was sentenced to 30 to 60 years in prison, with his earliest opportunity for parole at age 95.
I know there's a lot of regret talking to him. I don't know if regret is the same thing as remorse. I can tell you he's got a lot of regret. And I know that what he's put his family through kills him.
The arrest and confession of Daniel Furlong brought long-awaited justice to Jodi Parrack's family after 8 painful years. Thanks to the brave actions of Mackenzie Stafford, who escaped Furlong's attempted abduction, crucial DNA evidence finally connected him to Jodi's murder. Though Daniel Furlong's dark secrets were exposed and has been put behind bars, his case remains a stark reminder of the dangers lurking in seemingly safe communities.
What have you done? I always found something. She goes, oh, you did? I don't know, man. I never knew.
Darren West, just released after 8 years in prison, never expected to open a box and find a fully decomposed body wrapped in plastic. His wife, Megan Huntsman, knew exactly how it got there. She had prayed the police would never find out. But they do. And shockingly, this wasn't the only box waiting in that quiet house of horrors.
No, I was just so scared. I was so on drugs so bad I choked it.
How did you choke it?
Yeah.
That isn't even half as horrifying as what Megan says next. No one was prepared for the statement that cracked this nearly decade-old case wide open.
How many do you think will we find in the garage?
I'd say 8 or 9.
In April of 2014, Darren West returned to his home at 545 East 200 North, Pleasant Grove, Utah, after 8 years in prison for drug charges. His wife, Megan Huntsman, had already moved out with her boyfriend. While cleaning the garage, he found a plastic-wrapped box with a horrible smell. Little did he know, he had just stepped into a terrifying secret Megan had hidden for 8 years. Inside was the decaying body of a newborn. Shaking with fear, he called 911, setting this horrifying case in motion. No one was prepared for what would come next.
Pleasant Grove Police? Yes, ma'am. Can I have an officer come to this address?
And your name?
My name's Darren West. I just found something in my garage. I think it's a miscarriage.
Can you be more specific? What do you mean by a miscarriage you found?
I have no idea. Just please send an officer up here.
It sounds like you may need medical.
It's been wrapped up in a plastic bag that stinks.
Okay, what is it?
It's a little baby.
After that chilling call, the officers headed straight to the location where the brutal act unfolded to question Darren, unaware they were about to step into a nightmare that would haunt them for years.
Just had her on the phone. She said it was kids. And I just said, what the hell is this? What have you done? I always found something. She goes, oh, you did?
Get them for her.
No, please, no, please, I'm gonna get it.
So she said it was yours. Logically, is that true?
I don't know, man. I never knew she named it.
Let's start off with, is it your wife? Or your girlfriend?
I'm still married to her, but...
Okay, so legally, according to law, it's still your wife.
Yes, sir.
Okay, why don't you tell me what her name is?
Megan Huntsman. What happened is when I went to prison, she stuck around for 2 or 3 years and she took off.
But she is with a boyfriend now.
Where is she?
In West Valley somewhere.
Following this agonizing discovery, the detectives promptly called Megan, who was a sobbing mess, yet refused to reveal the full truth.
Are you able to help us understand what's going on here? It was a miscarriage. And how far into your pregnancy were you?
7 months. It was born.
How soon can you come down here? Our detectives need to ask you some follow-up questions so that we can, rule out any kind of foul play. Okay, listen to me. I need you to stay at your residence. We're going to have a West Valley City officer come pick you up.
It's now time to hear from Megan in the interrogation room, where she speaks of dead babies as if they were disposable, stripped of all humanity. As she talks, detectives search her house and uncover horrors that had remained hidden for nearly 8 years.
Well, you know why we're here, what we're here to talk about. Just start at the beginning and tell me what happened.
Well, we were doing drugs a lot. That's what he was in prison for. I got pregnant right before he left, and I really didn't know because I thought it was just stress and stuff.
And he went to prison in 2006?
Yeah.
How far along were you when he
Like
ran?
a couple months.
Where did you have the baby?
In the house, in the bathroom.
In the house that you and Darren lived in? Describe to me what happened.
Well, I was having a lot of pain that day. I didn't go to work. My kids were at school. I went in the bathroom and just sat there and then just pushed really hard and I was blue and wasn't crying and I was by myself and I didn't know what to do and I couldn't get it to cry or anything.
Then what happened?
I got scared and I wrapped it up. Not being smart and calling you guys, I was in shock. It was stupid of me to do it.
What do you mean when you say you wrapped it up?
You remember? It was towels and garlic powder or something. I put it in the box.
What would you have done differently? Looking back.
Called the cops and told them that I had a baby and that I couldn't get to breathe and have the paramedics and stuff come.
The interrogation has just begun, and it's only the tip of the iceberg. Megan's statement is a lie, but she is a seasoned deceiver. In 2005, the Drug Enforcement Administration visited her home during an unrelated investigation, yet they missed the grim secret within. More horrifying discoveries lie beneath the surface, enough to haunt even Detective Beekstrom. Within minutes, he'll corner Megan with relentless questioning, closing in on the cold truth she's fighting so hard to keep buried.
You said you tried to get it to breathe. What did you do?
Well, I tried just to clean his mouth out and stuff, and I couldn't get a response at all.
Okay.
I couldn't feel a heartbeat or anything.
Okay. So you clean the baby's mouth out, try to get it to breathe, and then what?
I passed out for a little bit. I think I lost a lot of blood. And then when my kids got home from school, and I just told them I wasn't feeling well. And then I cleaned myself up, and I went and got a box.
And then, as far as you know, unless someone else moved it, the baby's been in the box in the garage since that first year that Darren went to prison. Were you worried somebody else would find it when you guys were cleaning the garage?
Yeah.
And so what would you do to make sure that didn't happen?
I just kind of slide it and sweep around, and then set stuff on it, and well, they knew that part was already clean.
Did anyone else know that you were pregnant?
I don't show at all.
Did you tell Darren?
No, I never.
Okay. Had you ever had any stillborn babies prior to that? And on these miscarriages, did they all happen at home?
What happened at home?
Does your family have a history of these problems?
The miscarriage? Yeah. My grandma had a lot. I had an aunt that had a stillborn.
So there is a lot of this in your family.
This is Megan's second lie. Darren went to prison in 2006, but Megan had already buried the baby found in the garage since 1996, 10 years before Darren's incarceration, and no one knows why. Now, the full extent of her crime is about to unravel. What comes next isn't easy to watch. These disturbing details serve as your warning. Proceed only if you're prepared for the unsettling truth.
All right. Is there anything else that you think I should have asked you that I haven't asked you?
No.
Is there anything else that you want me to know?
No.
We really want the right thing for this baby. A proper burial and closure for you and for your family. Your husband went to prison, you're raising the kids on your own, and you're overwhelmed. And I can understand that. I mean, Darren just found out that he had another kid that he didn't know about. So, well, it's clear that you think you should go to jail for this, that you recognize you've done something wrong. We haven't made any decisions like that. We're still just trying to put the story together at this point.
And now the interrogation begins, where the nightmare comes alive. One horrifying discovery after another. While Detective Beekstrom questions Megan, officers send updates from the house. They've found another box in the garage, another dead baby. From here on, hiding the truth will be impossible for Megan.
We have investigators in the house right now. They found a second baby. Will you please tell me about that?
There's more things. I'm sorry. I have hit every one of them, and he had to have known I was pregnant through most of them.
There's others? How many?
I'm not even sure. I was on so many drugs and stuff during it all. I can't even remember.
When?
All through the years.
If it's easier for you to remember, if we want to start after you had your first child, when you had the first miscarriage.
One, right after we moved in. I can't even remember. I remember when I had in the tub. They were all stillborn. Every one of them.
Were they full term?
No, I don't think.
Okay, so how many do you think will we find in the garage?
4.
You put all 4 in the garage.
Yeah.
Did you keep them in the same place in the garage? What did you?
Right it was there? Covered.
Okay, and so all 4 boxes are in the same place. Okay, well, I just want to be able to relay to the detectives what they're going to find. And so all 4
yes.
children are in the
yes.
cabinet in the garage.
Yes.
Why didn't you call for help?
I'm afraid of people know I'm pregnant.
I mean, this is Utah. It's not common for people to have a lot of kids.
Oh, because I was young, because I was so young.
Several years later, though, when this happened, I mean, you're not so young.
I know. But like I said, the drugs, they mess with you. Bad.
So you're telling me that because you were on drugs, you weren't making good decisions?
Yeah, exactly.
Does it feel better to tell the truth?
Yeah.
All right. Okay, just a minute.
4 dead babies. How could a mother be so cruel to her own children? Even Detective Beekstrom had to pause, struggling to process it. And yet the full horror is far from revealed. Now, this vile woman will begin confessing truths that are almost unbearable to hear.
We talked about a lot. I don't know yet. We haven't made those decisions because we're doing the search warrant still. Because of the seriousness of this, they are also going to obtain a search warrant for your house in West Valley. Is there anything at that house that we need to know about before we go up there?
For me, no. All that's up there is my clothes.
Okay. You have the babies been in the garage the whole time?
I never moved them or anything. But yeah, they've been in the garage the whole time.
So we're talking 8 years ago.
Yes.
I mean, you told me earlier that you put the boxes with the babies in them in the cabinet.
Yeah.
Did you ever take them out of that cabinet?
No.
I imagine in the last 9 years, stuff's been in and out of the
I didn't think so, because I was just there a month or so ago getting my bed and stuff out of there, and I seen it sitting there.
Right. And so did anyone in the world know that baby was in the garage?
So,
Well, they're saying one of the boxes was on a stack of shelves next to the cabinet. Why would it be there?
unless I moved it or something, but it's not thinking.
Do you know when that might have been?
Before I left, I did. I mean, I haven't been in that house. I've only once since I moved out.
I want to make sure that there's no more weight on your shoulders. Okay. When you have these babies,
Yes.
you said after they were born and they were blue and you try to get them to breathe. What would you do to try to get them to breathe?
Sometimes I was so scared, I don't know.
I'm sorry.
Sorry, like shake them, sorry.
Mm-hmm.
Like that.
Did you have like the suction cup they used to clean out their mouths?
No, just my finger and stuff.
You described you had the one in the tub, that you filled the tub and had.
Yeah, I can't. Yeah.
Was that baby alive when it was born?
I think it was. For a short time.
What happened?
Well, you'd think if I had baby in the house, it just cry, so it would,
Mm-hmm. Well, you say you think it was for a short time. What was it moving? Did it start to breathe?
No, it wasn't breathing. I could see a little heartbeat and then it stopped.
Okay. For about how long?
Not very long.
The one on the bed when it was born. Do you think it might have been alive for a short time as well?
Am I up?
What we need is the truth.
Became one of them.
Which one?
Can't remember. No, I was just so scared. I was so on drugs so bad I choked it.
How did you choke it?
Yeah.
Do you think all four of these babies were alive when they were born?
I'm pretty sure one of them wasn't.
And did you choke the others?
Yes, I did.
And you put them in a towel, put them in garbage bags, and then put them in a box and put it in the garage.
Yes.
So one was dead when it was born, and the other three you choked. And why did you choke them?
Oh no. Scared, I was in shock.
Have you ever told anyone this?
No, I've never told a soul.
So when we run DNA tests, will they all be Darren's?
Yes, they will.
At Real Crime Psychology, we've seen many criminals flinch during confession. But Megan is unnervingly calm as she admits it all. She killed 4 babies, yet there isn't a trace of remorse in her eyes. Most monster mothers eventually crack, but Megan is cold, clinical, almost detached, speaking like she's giving a report, not a confession. Her flat effect, lack of empathy, and surgical precision hint at a mind built on control rather than conscience. What comes next will push the room past its breaking point. In just minutes, Detective Beekstrom will uncover truths so cold that the interrogation itself seems to suffocate.
But I'm concerned that you haven't told me everything. How many do you think there possibly could be?
Honestly, I don't know how many. 4 I can think of, but I don't.
Okay. They are up to 5. And so now that there's 5, are you still only certain that one of them was dead when it was born? And so the other 4 were alive?
There could be more. Like I said, I can't remember a damn thing.
How many do you think there would be?
I'd say 8 or 9. But I know there's no more than that. And I know there's none in the house. I mean, you'd smell them if they were in the house.
Right. Did the smell from the garage ever come in the house?
No.
It would just be out in the garage.
People said it was some smell, you know, like in the heat of the summer. We had cats and stuff, and I think it was always just blamed on that.
Did you just leave it open?
Mm-hmm.
And you're saying Darren never knew?
No, and I told you, only me. I've kept this to myself for 18 years.
So I'm the only person that you've ever told?
Yes.
When I talked to you earlier, you mentioned that Darren should have known. What do you mean by that? Did you tell her?
No. I don't know why. I think my mind was just so out of it, you know? All I focused on was the next fix. But how can you not know? How can you sleep with someone every night and not know that?
When we're talking about Darren knowing that you were pregnant because he's in your bed, those are miscarriages. And so did you just tell him that you miscarried?
Yeah.
Okay. And so when you told him that it was a miscarriage, he never asked what you did with the miscarriage. You said you were certain that only one was stillborn and that you strangled the rest.
Yes.
Well, I think I'm ready to take you upstairs then. And we're going to put you in a holding cell while we finish processing the scene.
Okay.
Over a decade, from 1996 to 2006, she secretly gave birth at home in Pleasant Grove, Utah, suffocating or strangling 6 of her newborns shortly after birth. Their bodies were wrapped in plastic and hidden in boxes in the garage she once shared with Darren.
Okay. As I've gone back and reviewed my interviews and started to type my reports, there were some things that I noticed that you said that I didn't ask you about at the time. One of them was you said that when the baby was born that you didn't want it to cry. Do you remember telling me that?
No. I said they wouldn't cry at first. I didn't say I didn't want them to.
Yeah, what it was is you said that there were people home and it would cry. And I didn't know if you were referring to people who were renting the basement or if Darren was home or something else.
It could have been either or.
Okay. You said that you delivered all of these babies except one when no one else was home.
Yeah, no, 2. I can't think on all of them, but I know someone was home at least 3 or 4 times.
Oh, really?
Yes.
Okay. So you are remembering more.
Yeah, I know 3 or 4 times someone was home.
Okay. You did tell me that the other time when they were home that you of course didn't scream. That's what your statement was before. And that's one of the things that a lot of people are are having a hard time understanding is that you successfully had so many home births without major complications.
I don't know. I know I never had any complications.
Okay.
So you didn't have like prolonged bleeding or anything like that you were worried about? Hemorrhaging or anything?
One more thing I wanted to ask you about, again, from watching my interviews back. When I would confirm about the 7 children, and you would say that the first 6 you choked, that you'd get a towel or a shirt or whatever.
Yeah, I just told you I wasn't sure which ones.
Right. And you'd put it in the towel, choke it, deliver the afterbirth, put it in the towel, wrap it up, get a garbage sack, and find a box. Would you have emptied the box before you went into labor, or how would that process work?
What do you mean empty it? Like it had stuff in it?
Yeah, you said you'd get a box. Would you get the box ready?
Like I said, I would, like, if I was in the bathroom, I'd put the baby under the bathroom sink wrapped up, and then I'd go find a box.
Okay. And so you'd have to go empty the box right after you've delivered?
Not right after. I'd wait a couple hours, you know.
Oh, okay.
I couldn't do it right after. No, there's no way.
Right. Well, when I would rehash these, and you would say that the one when Darren was in prison was stillborn.
That's the one I think.
And that's just it. You're not sure.
How can Megan stay stone-faced while revealing such disturbing details? It's clear she was a mother with no remorse, committing unimaginable acts without a hint of guilt. But the question remains, why? Why bring a life into the world only to end it moments later? What drives someone to do this? Experts point to a lethal mix: severe addiction, deep depression, crushing financial and emotional stress, and possible postpartum issues. These forces warp judgment, strip away inhibition, and push someone to protect their addiction over everything else. Her marriage was filled with substance abuse, instability, and trauma, adding even more pressure to an already volatile life. But understanding the reasons does not justify what she did. The law will deal with her after one final round of questioning.
Why aren't you sure? What are you remembering?
All I can remember from that day is I know I went into labor and I had it fast. And I was trying to hurry for my girls got home from school. And I can't even remember. I can't. I'm sorry. My mind is just a total blank.
And you say you have a hard time remembering.
I do. I'm like rattling my brain in there. And I can't.
Why do you think it's so hard to remember?
I don't know. I think it's because I really can't even remember half of what I was doing then.
And that's because you were...
Yeah, I can't remember now. I've been sitting back.
When you say yeah, you mean because you were using meth?
Yeah.
Okay.
It's gotta be a trying time for you.
Oh, I keep laying there hoping I'll fall asleep. It was just a dream, but...
What? What's a dream?
All this. Everything I've done. I'll lay there, just close my eyes and just hope I don't wake up. I don't know, I've got so much running through my head right now.
Sounds like you feel like shameful.
I don't know, I've always just felt like that. I've always just felt I'm not even worthy of being alive. And I don't know why.
Another question that's come up is, if you were ashamed, why didn't you get on birth control? Did you think about it?
I know I was on it for a little bit. It made me sick like the first time I took it, and so I just stopped taking it, and I never even thought of it again. I know, people out there are probably just wanting to kill me right now, huh?
I wouldn't say that. They're looking for answers. They want to understand why. And the how. And we might not ever know how.
But the why is, I don't know why.
Well, it sounds like you've told us that it's a combination
It is
of
a
money,
combination.
drugs, and shame. Would you say that's fair to say?
Yeah.
Did you want to keep any of these babies?
Yeah, I did. And I don't know, like I said, my mind, I was just messed up in drugs and got scared, didn't know what I was doing, and then that, I don't know how it happens so many times. I don't have an explanation. Well, it's out, and I know I did wrong, and I know I should be punished for it. So it's not up to me. It's up to, but I'm not saying, I should just be let free, because I know I shouldn't be.
That's why I'm asking you. What do you...
I mean, I don't know what punishment, but I do deserve to be punished, so.
For what?
For what I've done. So, it's up to the judge and God, not to me.
Megan Huntsman's trial took place in Provo, Utah, where she pleaded guilty on February 12, 2015, to 6 counts of first-degree murder for killing her newborn babies between 1996 and 2006. The judge sentenced her to 6 life sentences, 3 consecutive, with eligibility for parole after 30 years. Her estranged husband, Darren West, who discovered the bodies after his release from prison in 2014, was not implicated.
You would never wear your niece's panties?
No, never.
Have you ever off into her underwear?
Absolutely not.
Question for you, Jonathan. Are you a monster? Are you a monster?
Not at all.
Do you see where we're going with this?
I do. I do.
At the end of the day, there is no reason your DNA should be anywhere inside her underwear. Period.
This is 33-year-old Jonathan Quiles, and detectives would accuse him of being a monster for committing the most heinous crimes they had ever seen.
Jacksonville 911, what's the location of your emergency?
Did not come home from high school today. She going to County Park High School. Her phone is going straight to voicemail. Okay. You have no idea what she is.
What you just heard was the frantic 911 call her mother made moments after her daughter vanished without a trace on December 19th, 2018. Most of this footage has never been seen before.
We literally had their kids, her kids, for summers. Summer at a time, and then weekends, all of them. And it's just like if we knew where she was at, we would have been the first ones to grab her.
Here lie the dismembered remains of 16-year-old pregnant Iana Sawyer. And this is her uncle who put her there. How did a bright young girl who had just walked out of her school that day reach such a nightmarish fate? What you're about to discover will leave you breathless. The viciousness of this crime is beyond anything you could ever imagine. An unthinkably sadistic plot, which we will unravel before you very soon.
So you guys, when was the last time you all saw her then?
This is the last time they stayed the night over here, which was before, it was in November. Last week in November, we had all 4 of them over here.
This footage was taken on the day police began their search, with Jonathan Quiles and his wife, Naomi Mobley, present. At first glance, he seems like any other concerned individual in the face of a tragic situation. When Kimberly first reported her daughter missing, the police were quick to label it a case of a teenage runaway. But as the days passed without any sign of Iana, their concern deepened, and the investigation took a darker turn. Their focus soon shifted to Quiles, a man who claimed to be as distraught as the rest of the family. You'll soon discover that the truth about Quiles and the missing pregnant teen was far more terrifying than anyone could have imagined. It would go down in history as one of the most depraved crimes against a young girl.
Jonathan, I met you at your house before we talked to Detective Abbott.
Yes, sir.
I don't know if you've met
No, I have not.
Detective Nowitzki.
Likewise.
There's been a lot happened. We need to talk about, okay?
Yeah.
I want to listen to everything you got to say, but naturally I'm going to have questions. Can't really ask those questions unless I go through your rights. And this is a way to protect you, okay?
Yes, sir.
So I want to hear everything you got to say, but I'm going to read your rights first, okay?
Okay.
Now, Quiles finds himself in the interrogation room as the detective begins to uncover a trail that leads straight to him. But what exactly could have happened on that fateful day? As the investigation intensifies, the shocking truth is about to come to light.
One of the things that we're investigating, is with your niece,
Yes.
Samaya.
Oh, Samaya.
Yes.
Okay.
So,
Now, their real father is just pretty much, he's there, but he's not there type of deal. So,
notice how Jonathan exhibits the classic traits of a predator. A textbook predator often targets children who lack a strong adult presence in their lives, just as Jonathan did with Iana and Samaya. When the girls were questioned about their uncle's behavior, both denied any inappropriate conduct, likely out of fear. The incident Jonathan cites where Iana's brother found out about a guy she was seeing is only a fragment of the larger, more disturbing truth. As the interrogation unfolds, you'll see Jonathan revealing details that paint a different picture. He casually mentions how Iana texted him and even discusses the relationship he had with her. What he reveals next will leave the interrogators stunned and speechless.
so you're doing all these things with the girls.
no, with all of them.
Right, with the kids.
All of the kids,
But,
yeah.
but then they're accusing you of messing with the girls?
Correct. Yeah, and this is, they came out with that, they started like real heavy with it when Yana went with, that boy across the street and doing all that. That's when it started like really thick. And then,
Give me an example of things they think were inappropriate.
well, I would just say what they were saying, and again, this is not something that they came directly to talk to me about, because had they did, I would have whipped out my phone and say, hey, look, no, this is what we talk about every day. And the majority
So you talk
of
to them
it.
on the phone?
Yeah, I talk to them.
Talk to them. What do you? So what did you use? Facebook?
No.
Instagram,
Yana Snapchat. Yana showed me about Snapchat.
Okay.
I didn't know nothing about Snapchat. I didn't even know
gotta
what
get
the
with
hell.
the times. I know that's their language.
So, that's what she showed me how to do. And then something about score streaks. So you send pictures in the morning and then in the afternoon or whatever, as much pictures as you can send. Like selfies or whatever, or even the sky, whatever. Right. You get like a certain score streaks or whatever. Mm-hmm. I still don't understand that too well. But that's what we normally communicated through. Right. And the reason why is because, it kind of sounds like incriminating now, but it's because the message is delete. And there's a lot of things that they come tell me about their moms and that, about just their everyday struggles being home because they never wanted to be home. And that was just something that they didn't want their mom, because it's happened before, and I'm pretty sure that's how it happened with the guy across the street, that she then went through her text messages and saw all this here stuff that they were talking about. And also prior to that, she had was talking to one of her friends about their living situation, and her mom just went smack the hell off on her,
Which one? Who did she go off on?
Yana. Ayana was
Ayana.
Ayana. Yes, Ayana was in her mom at one point in time had a real tight relationship,
right? And
then where that changed, I cannot put my finger on it, but it changed, and she got this sense that mom doesn't care about us, and that's both the girls that used to do that. Is mainly she doesn't care about us. All she cares about Mr. Darius and
is that her boyfriend?
That's her boyfriend. Yeah, Mr. Darius and whatever they say about or whatnot. Yeah.
So the ants are accusing you of this kind of stuff, and you're telling me that Ayana and Samaya,
correct,
both said no.
Correct. That's right. They said nope. That never happened. That he's never been inappropriate with me or anything like that.
This troubling detail is a glaring red flag. Why is a 33-year-old man engaging with a 16-year-old on Snapchat where messages get deleted after a certain time frame? And why is this their sole means of communication? What kinds of pictures and messages are they exchanging in secret? In the next clip, the detective drops a bombshell that will make Jonathan's blood run cold. They've uncovered the horrifying secret he's been desperately trying to hide.
Okay, and then, so let me tell you how I got involved with this case, because if that were the case, I wouldn't be involved.
Absolutely.
Right, because that sounds like a non-starter. Right?
Correct.
So I get involved with the case when they're doing a missing persons report, right, for Ayana, is it? Ayana. And so while doing that, they were looking on her computer.
Correct.
And so they're finding stuff on the computer that she's authoring that's implying a sexual relationship with you. Almost like a love affair.
Well, I also read the same thing because Margie took a picture of it and sent it to my wife, and this was the first time I did.
Okay.
And this was the first time that we were introduced to the police. They came to the house. This is after she ran away.
Okay.
And they came to the house searching for her and through our house.
Right.
So yes, I also read it, and it was a character
What do you make
named
of that?
Jose. This blew my mind all the way around because it's a lot of stuff in that thing. We actually did talk about, about her sister having relations with her boyfriend and stuff like that. So there's a lot of stuff that is there that makes sense, and then there's other stuff that is like, wait a minute, that doesn't make sense at all. This is not something that we've ever talked about. Right.
but some of it almost it's pertaining to your house or your home, and so because there was like 4 pages.
I only saw the
right.
I think 2 or whatever.
But in Reflect, right? So, but Samaya is also mentioned in there as well.
Correct.
So that's how I met with Samaya. So, what do you think Samaya would tell me if I asked her about those 4 pages?
Well, for what I was made aware, Samaya was agreeing that the Jose character was me.
Correct.
And she's mentioned that was me, and like I explained to my wife, and I also got a text message from, I'm thinking it was Samaya, but my niece doesn't talk like that, through the text message. Like I mentioned to the person that whoever was text messaging me, I said, Maya, what the hell, pretty much what's going on? Because at first, I have a daughter named Maya. At first, she, and the message started like, are you mad at me? This is something Adobe phone. I don't know. I don't know what the hell that meant. It's like an Adobe phone. I still got a text message in my phone. And it mentioned, she says, I don't have, are you mad at me? And then I says, hey baby, how you doing? This, how was your summer vacation? Oh, well, I mean, your Christmas vacation and stuff like that. Why would I be mad at you? And then she put, because I told, and I'm like, hold on. Who is this? Is this my daughter or this is my niece?
Right.
And she mentioned this is my niece. This is your niece Maya. And I said, hold on, baby. I can't talk to you. You got these people thinking that I'm some monster. I'm a monster over here. I hope I told them, because this is what I also told the police. I told the police that that they most likely forced her to say whatever they wanting her to say, because
who's forcing her?
Her mom. I have my nephew and her used to date. Her youngest brother Kyrie supposedly caught them on the rocks having
her youngest brother. So Samaya's youngest brother.
Correct.
Okay,
caught Samaya and Kenneth on the rocks is literally right across the street. You see, it's just wide open, having sex.
Oh wow.
Yes.
Okay, and what was this?
This was I want to say. You can't quote me on it. I'll say maybe a few months ago. It wasn't.
Okay.
It's just fairly
2018.
18. Fairly fresh. And
later part of the year.
Correct.
Okay.
So, everything boiled over. I called Kenneth. I says, "Hey, Kenneth, my sister-in-law is like screaming at my wife right now about you two having any relations on the rocks.
Right.
And he says, no, that never happened. What are you talking about? Then I hear my wife, I told my wife, I says, he's denying it, you know, and my wife was like, Samaya just admitted to it. Now, comes to find out, I just spoke to my grandmother today, or if not yesterday.
Mm-hmm.
She told me the story, and also my aunt also said the same thing too. And that's just kind of scary.
Mm-hmm.
She said Samaya came one day to school, and because he doesn't go to the same school, but he transfers buses there at the same school.
Sometimes they meet at a bus place and go to another school.
She met up with him. Her face was super swollen, like as she got beat up, and she gave him a letter. And the letter pretty much was, I'm sorry, my mom forced me to, you know, admit that I had sex with you. I know it never happened. And yeah.
She said it
never happened. And this is like, it was like, okay, mind blowing, you know.
Right.
And also there was another time that Samaya told me this about her cousin, which was Elijah. Supposedly he was molesting her since about 5 to 7 years old until about 2000 and beginning of 2018.
So I know about Elijah because that case was handled with us.
Correct.
After Iyanna went missing, her mother, Kimberly, scoured the computer for clues to aid in her search. There, she found a 4-page letter written by Iyanna. In the letter, Iyanna mentioned a man named Jose, who, as Kimberly later discovered, is actually Jonathan Quiles. It wasn't until Kimberly questioned her younger daughter, Samaya, about this Jose that the unsettling connection began to emerge. Fearing Jonathan's reaction, Samaya texted him to ask if he was angry. When Jonathan learned about the letter and the unfolding revelations, he scrambled to make up a story to support his version of events and deflect suspicion. Jonathan tries to discredit Samaya by labeling her as an attention seeker, despite her genuine fears and concerns. In 2017, when the siblings moved into the Quiles household to help care for their newborn cousin, Naya, Jonathan had suffered a broken femur, and his wife, Naomi, was seriously ill. With both adults incapacitated, Iyanna stepped in to babysit Naya. What started as a supportive gesture under difficult circumstances would soon turn into a deeply unsettling story.
Paula mentioned to my wife once the Kenneth thing happened, she says, this doesn't make any sense. And I truly think that she made that story up with Elijah as well, because, and this is how it's been happening. Iyanna gets in trouble for something, and Maya comes up with something. Like something happens with Maya. Iyanna gets in trouble with something. Maya comes something. Is like she needs attention in some form, and I hate to say that, I really do.
Right.
But so far, that's kind of how things has been playing out. You know, and I, like I said, I don't want to put no shade or anything on this situation. This is a very serious situation. I understand that, but that has been the track record thus far. So now, Iyanna is missing. She ran away or whatnot. Now here I am sitting in the hot seat because Maya is mentioning me as that I was, you know, I'm Mr. Jose.
Okay.
You know, so.
Do you know who she ran away with?
I don't. Now, my wife asked me, when was the last time we had conversations with Iyanna? And I think she gave you a date. And this is I guess, yeah. So, you know, that's the only time I've known her to leave. And this is because we heard it through, you know, the sisters, that she didn't show up after school or whatnot. And that's what it's been. I've been expecting Iyanna to call me, text me, Anything. Snapchat me, smoke signal.
How often do you usually speak with the girls?
The girls I speak with Maya and Ayana just almost about every day. You know, we speak. Yeah, just about every day. We spoke.
What's your Snapchat name?
My name. Yeah, we speak just about all the time. And
Jonathan
Jonathan J. Quiles, I think it is. And we speak all the time. Now, like I mentioned before, they weren't happy. We even was setting up for them to live with us. Mm-hmm. You know, they were actually entertaining the dining room. We were going to close it off, put a TV in, try to get mom to be okay with it. And her only objectives was, I'm claiming taxes on them, you know, type of deal. Mm-hmm. So it's been a pattern that just keeps on going with Kim. I'm not saying that she's a bad mother. She's very young. You know what I'm saying? I'm just saying that these girls need attention, and the attention wasn't there. So we were just trying to pull them into our life, you know, to kind of keep them with us and have them, you know.
You know why Samaya would tell me that you had sex with her?
I have no idea. No.
You don't?
No.
Okay.
Not at all.
Because she's saying that you had sex with her and that she did not want to have sex with you.
That is absolutely absurd. No. Okay. I've never, ever got it out of line with the girls, never got inappropriate with the girls. If anything, I've always been trying to educate them on these stupid boys that's out here that's all about, because Maya really, her self-esteem is this big. Right. And if you know anything about younger girls and self-esteem, you will see exactly what I'm talking about. Mm-hmm. Every time I tell her how pretty, how beautiful she is, you know, I let her know that, listen, you keep your head strong. And the same thing when she came out about Elijah situation, you know, because she told me, you know what I'm saying? It's, you know, the guy that's supposedly having inappropriate, you know, contact with her, she was the one that confided to me, you know what I'm saying? And I coached her to expressing this to mom, telling them about it and stuff like that. And, you know, I only have ever just been, you need to keep your head up. You're straight A student. You're gorgeous. You know, you don't need to settle for, you know, nonsense. Mm-hmm. And that's all it's been. I've never, ever, ever got out of line with this girl. Ever.
With Naomi ill and preoccupied, Jonathan found himself unchecked and free to indulge in his horrendous acts. He began grooming the sisters, manipulating them into believing that his twisted affection was genuine love. This calculated deceit allowed him to exploit their vulnerabilities and set the stage for the horrors that would follow.
How would you explain that?
I would say that there's no way in shape in any form. Okay. Yeah, there's no way.
Jonathan.
Okay.
There's no doubt that you're a good guy.
Mm-hmm.
You're a stand-up guy. You take care of your family. You take care of your family's family. I have no doubt about that, okay? I have no doubt you try to be a father figure. I have no doubt you try to be a positive influence on those girls. No doubt in my mind, okay? No doubt at all. It's obvious that you love those girls like they're your own. I can see your face light up, nice and bright when you talk about them, because you love them like they're your own, you know?
Correct.
And I don't doubt that for a second, okay? But I also know there's a reason why your DNA came back to Samaya's kit, okay? The kit, they sent the clothes, her kit, and everything off. Or Ayana, I'm sorry.
Yana.
I'm sorry. I get the two mixed up all the time.
He's talking about Yana. So with the case across the street, there was a kit done.
Correct.
And she was wearing specific clothes to include underwear.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, she told me that was one of her biggest pet peeves, that they took her underwear from her.
Okay. So that's what he's talking
about. That's what I was referring to.
That wasn't my DNA. That I didn't.
100%.
No way.
It's DNA. Yeah.
I'm not saying you're a monster. I don't think you're a monster at all. Okay? I think maybe they came on to you and things went a little too far. It happens all the time. Okay, did you know the age of consent in Florida is 16?
Yeah.
Were you aware of that?
No, not at all.
It's 16, but what happened. It's done. It's over with. The main focus right now is trying to locate Ayanna.
Yeah.
Okay.
I don't know where Ayanna is at. I have no idea where to find her. She never told me anything about running away, and I can't give you any information I don't have about her. Period. You know.
Did you know that truck number 7 picked up the rollaway garbage on December 20th from the landfill?
I don't know what truck number. What are you talking about as far as
the large container that takes about a week to fill up?
Oh, and
at your work.
At your work?
Oh, I don't know what trucks pick them.
The detectives are employing a strategic tactic, asserting that they believe Jonathan is a good guy in an attempt to appeal to his psyche and coax a confession. They have also already discovered suspicious items in a garbage truck and connected the dots to Jonathan, which revealed a gruesome reality.
Yeah, I hear what you're saying.
So
that's no
I'm
way.
just saying, no, there's 100%. No. Because either I'm lying or it's 100%, and I'm telling you it's 100%. Yeah. That is something that I would never do in my business, in what I do. And let me tell you why. I have a policy on that. Because when I do what I do, because I'm special assault, that's what I do, right? Mm-hmm. If I go in a room and I say, yeah, I found your DNA, and they know their DNA couldn't be there, see, I'm fishing in the dark, I'm swatting at flies. And there's no sense in doing that because it backfires every time. And when I train other detectives, I tell them, don't you go in there and bullshit about DNA, because it either is or isn't. And if you don't know, then shut your mouth. That's where I'm at. I'm not shutting my mouth. The DNA's there. Now, I don't know how it got there in her underwear, so I'm not going there, but I'm just telling you. There'd be no other reason for her DNA to be there, right? But that's neither here nor there as to what we're talking about, because whatever's in her underwear isn't going to bring closure to her family, now is it? So I'm willing to shelf that for now. We'll shelf that one. But understand, say what you want about Kim, she's devastated because the child she birthed from her womb is missing, and her soul is dying, and her children cry, and I can't tell you how much we've put up with the crying. It's overwhelming them. They deserve better. They deserve better. Naomi deserves better. Your family deserves better. You were raised to be a quality person.
And that I am.
And they deserve to know the truth.
Yeah. I'm laying it all out for you. I'm laying it all out for you guys. I mean, you say you got DNA on me. I mean, I'm not trying to insult you.
Listen, that has nothing to do
like that.
Has nothing to do with
implying about a dumpster or whatnot at the job as if I had something to do with Ayanna's disappearance, and this is what you guys are pushing towards me. You know, but you're not saying it. I mean, you're kind of beating around the bush with it. Just tell me what you guys are implying. You're implying that I had something to do with Ayanna's disappearance, and then and possibly being a dumpster. Is that where this is going right now?
We believe you're responsible for her disappearance. Yes.
Okay.
And listen, there's a lot of things that can overwhelm people. You get backed in a corner. You get overwhelmed. Overwhelmed. You're hitting me at every angle. Your wife's on bed rest. Is she on bed rest?
Correct.
That is a very, very tense time.
It's not the first time.
Yeah, but it's a tense time. Yeah. Right? It's not a relaxing day at the house every day, because it's stressful for her every day. You know, because you want to do stuff and you can't.
My wife and I we have no issues whatsoever. Mm-hmm. My wife and I have no problems. I mean, in the first year of our marriage, it's been hectic. Mm-hmm. But other than that, we've been two peas in a pie. So that you can't bring my wife into any of this thing, that maybe this is the reason why I can possibly be the reason why Ayana is disappearing, as you just say. Truthfully.
How many months is your wife pregnant?
My wife is about to give birth.
Right.
Yeah.
And how far along was Diana?
I don't know. The last
5 going on 6
the last we checked, 5 months or something like that.
That's stressful.
Yeah. I mean, how, for whom though?
It's stressful. That would be stressful.
Yeah.
For both of them at the same time.
I wouldn't know anything about Ayana being stressed about any baby, because when she finally let anybody know about her being pregnant, she was over 5 months already.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I didn't know. That was just as shocked as her mother.
And you read the diary?
I'm sorry?
You read the diary.
I just read only the the pages that was given to my wife.
How would you surmise that diary?
As a girl that had a vivid imagination.
Who was in love.
Yeah, and you know what? Yana's track record with boys is not.
Yeah.
It's pretty intensive with her falling in love with people.
And the thing about the diary, it was written over from 2017 through 2018, and the same love was the same love the whole time. And it wasn't the kid across the street.
Yeah.
Mm.
The last I checked was,
She's pretty, you're handsome. Let's just not even beat around the bush. And she's very clear. She's very clear. It's the same guy. And this is a diary that she goes back to over periods of time. Still talking about the same guy. So for a fantasy, it's a fantasy she's been repeating for over a year. And guess who's the topic of her fantasy?
Jose.
Jose, you.
No.
Yeah.
I'm sorry.
100%.
No.
Because I also talked to Samaya.
Yeah.
Who's Jose? So Jose is my uncle.
Yeah. Like I said, it's not. I won't be surprised if they forced her to say that.
No, she didn't force when I was talking to her.
Yeah, I'm pretty sure.
No, I made everybody leave. Like, we had a conversation.
Yeah. That doesn't.
She doesn't. Samaya is a quiet person. But
this is crazy, dude. I'm like,
is not.
This
but
is like, wow.
She is not as quiet as she is. She's a very dominant person, which is unusual. She has like a quiet power. Mm-hmm. And I don't think you can get somebody to do crap if you don't want her to.
In a startling revelation, it's disclosed that Iana was 5 months pregnant when she disappeared. Her letter, dating from 2017 to 2018, spoke of being madly in love with Jose. Given the context and the true identity of Jose, it becomes chillingly clear who the father of her child is.
I think that whole line, pleaser attitude, that's her manipulating.
It's been proven that she's easily manipulated by her mother.
Yeah, she didn't strike me as manipulated. And I know she told her, one thing I know is that she told her mom one story, but when I had her, we had another understanding. Cut the crap. And then she laid some stuff out with me that would just embarrass the hell out of her. Like stuff you don't want to say about yourself that she admitted to me that we're not complimenting to her. Right? But her mom wasn't in the room, so I let her do that. I gave her her respect. But she said things that weren't nice about herself. And that's when you know someone's being genuine. Because they cut the shit and they just say it like it is. Right? Because it is what it is. Sometimes you just got to put it on the table. It's like ripping a Band-Aid off or jumping in a cold pool. You just got to go for it or you'll be tiptoeing all day long. And we can tiptoe, Jonathan, all day long.
It's nothing to tiptoe about.
I don't want to tiptoe. And I'm telling you right now, she said things that we're not complimenting.
I understand that.
And she was very descriptive and very clear. And we discussed the diary, and she was clear about the diary. And she said, Ayana's a jealous girl. She is jealous. Who was she jealous of? And she was real clear. She was jealous of you. I mean, one word from you, one Snapchat from you, and she's in a tailspin. And that's, you know what? As a female, I can tell you, that's what first loves do. They're your most deep love of all. I can tell you about my first love. many, 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 many years ago. Now, it wasn't the love of my life. It was my first love, the most intense. That's when you're like crazy. Crazy love. You do anything for them. If they say hop in the car, you hop in the car. If they want to take you for a ride, you just go. If you want to just quit school and go live in New York, well, you'll just go do it because you're crazy in love and you're not even thinking rational. You know, it's like watching someone play house. Really. Now, I say that as an older woman, but I got to tell you, when I was her age, it would have made perfect sense. You fall in love and you think, oh, we're going to go get a house and set up shop. And I'm not even thinking about how we're going to make a living, or that I'm underage, or that I don't have my education. That's how crazy love is when you're crazy in love. You're very gullible. Okay? And she's gullible. She was gullible. And she was madly in love for over a year. Over a year.
I'm sorry.
And then I have DNA.
I would, I don't understand.
He wasn't joking when he called her.
Jonathan never expected his brother Joseph to turn him in. But unlike Jonathan, Joseph had a moral compass and couldn't bear the weight of the hidden truth. He called the police, exposing Jonathan's devious scheme. When Iana revealed her pregnancy, Jonathan saw his carefully crafted lies collapsing and devised a deadly plan. Pretending to run away together, he lured her to his workplace where his true intentions emerged. After a failed attempt to choke her, he coldly shot her in the chest. Jonathan might have gotten away with his crime if it weren't for a single mistake: confessing to his brother.
We know. It's over. This is done. This is totally over.
No way this could happen. This happens every day.
Yeah. You can sit there
They were
and sit
questioning
there
you.
and go over this 1,000 times and keep saying no, no, no. But we know.
The DNA doesn't lie.
We know this happens. Okay. Your brother had too many details, and maybe you did walk through on the video chat or whatever. He knew things about the inside of that junkyard that he wouldn't know. He knew things about that bridge that's between your home and your work, where you told him you threw her phone off in the river.
No way.
And you're going to sit there and still say
we have a dive team
I'm telling
looking.
you.
Your boss is helping.
Yep.
We've got dogs in that yard.
They found a car.
It's the little things
when we went out
too.
there, they found a car with blood in it.
No way.
Listen.
There's no way, man. I'm telling you, you guys.
Jonathan,
there's no way.
Jonathan,
This is your time to get it
devil
right.
is in the details. But let me tell you this: even just the little things throughout. Like your name didn't come out of a hat. We're not picking on you. When they questioned you, and they were talking to you at your home,
What time?
homicide. Okay. You mentioned to them that she had 38 pair of underwear.
No, my wife mentioned that.
Huh?
She said she took her prized possession, all her Victoria's Secret underwear, and you said 38 pair.
Yeah, no. Well, I was giving. I don't know exact pairs of underwear as well, but I was just saying. That's what I'm saying. Really, that's what she held like to her highest standard was her underwear.
Her mom does
Everybody, yes, she does.
she doesn't.
I'm sorry. That's
We asked her. We asked her, and she didn't even know why we were asking.
She's like, yeah, she's got those underwear, but
she
I don't know how many she
I
has.
asked Samaya off the cuff, yeah, how many underwear, sister? She started laughing, and she said, well, no. Like, why would I know? But you threw out a number, and it's so funny, because sometimes when people are hiding something, because they're desperate, they will hide it. But their body always tattletales on them. They give off things that they didn't mean to give off. And I can see her sharing with you.
To hide.
I can see her sharing with you
my
with
wife
her little bags
that
packed.
set the numbers of underwears that she has because my wife
Someone
knows.
picked her up from school and someone took her to where you work.
I'm sorry.
Don't be sorry.
I'm
Listen,
sorry that you guys are thinking that this is the situation now, because I spoke to my brother and I know what he was telling you guys and all that.
Detail.
Yeah, and I'm like I keep on saying I'm sorry.
From you.
He did not get his details from me.
No, he did.
He did not. No,
I talked to him today.
Good. I'm glad you did. My brother, I mean, if that's what you're gonna got, if you guys got to go off of, I mean,
We are confirming everything he told us.
Okay. Then I don't know. But
this is your chance. This is your chance, man.
I mean,
Come on.
seriously.
This is your chance to do the right thing.
Was so in love with you.
No.
So in love with you.
Not with me.
She was. And she definitely had a pair of underwear on with your guy swimming in it.
No.
Yes. That's 100% science. That's science you can't argue with.
No.
And that's from a long time ago. So this isn't even something that was recent. And I can see her being 5 months pregnant when your wife, who is a very dominant person, because you said yourself she's a blunt, pull no punches woman.
Right.
And I got to tell you as a woman, if I'm on bed rest with your baby, I don't want to find out that my niece is also with your baby. And when we have little play dates, and when we have no, well, seriously.
I'm being very serious.
You're correct on that.
Yeah.
Okay, so we'll agree on that. That's a non-starter. And when you say, well, I don't have any pressure, listen, you did.
I did not. I don't have any pressure at all.
Listen, not even birthdays, just the same thing. How do you even have Christmas? How do you have any holidays? Because the little baby Ayana would have had was looking a lot like the one you just had, right? And that's evident from her diary, her 4-page diary, where she goes into great detail about how much she's in love with you. And on top of all of that, we have the DNA. Then we don't even know your brother. He found us. Are you kidding? He's calling us with details. You tried to choke her, and she wasn't dying right, and it was making you sick. Looking at her.
That is crazy.
Well, that's something no one asked for. Hell, I didn't even know you had a brother. He enlightened us. DNA is science. We can, that's given. She's speaking from the dead. She's speaking from the dead. 4 pages at different times of her love, professing her love, and how she wants to run away. How y'all are going to just be that little family that I talked about. How when you're so in love, you just are gullible and you do whatever someone says. And if they say, hey, pack a couple bags, meet me on the edge of your school property, we're going to run away together. Oh, I believe she did it. I certainly do. I believe she did it, and I believe it's just a matter of time. And the question is, you talked about Samaya making you out to be a monster. Question for you, Jonathan. Are you a monster? Are you a monster?
Not at all.
Look at her face.
I could look at her face.
They need closure.
I'm not a monster. I had nothing to do with her disappearance. I had nothing to do with her disappearance at all.
So the whole family's off. Samaya's a liar. Your brother who loves you is just crazy. Right? Everyone's just circling Jonathan.
The last I spoke with my brother, he was all bent out of shape, and he was just like, yeah, I can't believe, I'm disappointed in you and all that there stuff. And I'm like, hold on, bro. You got this all twisted. I didn't do nothing. I have no idea what the hell happened with this young lady, any of that. So
then how did he have all those details?
I don't know how he had all those details. I'm sorry. I don't know how he had any of those details.
You told him.
No.
You know you did.
I did not.
Even after learning that his brother has confessed everything to the police, Jonathan stubbornly refuses to utter a word. In a foolish display, he continues to act confident, thinking he can outwit detectives and the truth and get what he wants.
This is my partner, Detective Guthrie. We're almost done. All right, just bear with me. I just want to run through this timeline one more time, just so I can make sure I've got all my facts straight. Okay, because I talked to you, I took some notes, but I don't want to inaccurately document this. Okay, we've looked up everything.
Yeah.
Okay.
We've done our research. It's
when I say we turned over every stone, we have turned over every stone. And we wouldn't call you in here, and we wouldn't talk to you, and we wouldn't give you the benefit of the doubt to tell us the truth if we hadn't turned over every stone. We're not f***ing around. We're not lying to you. This isn't TV. We don't make shit up. Okay? Tell us. Tell us.
I don't have anything to tell you guys. I don't. I don't have anything to tell you guys. No, I know, like I told you guys before, I know you guys got a job to do. And I understand. I understand my situation is looking crazy. I get that. But, like, when your facts come back, all of it is going to point in different ways. It's not going to point to me.
Which facts? Who do you think it's going to point to?
I have no idea. I have no idea. I'm talking about what we have at hand. You guys are homicide detectives. We're talking about my niece being gone. That has nothing to do with me at all.
I think it has everything to do with you.
Slowly but surely, every fact has come back to you. When we came out to your house on the 30th, we asked you for DNA because we wanted to test it against that kit she had in March. Okay, those things take forever to test. We put a rush on it. Okay? We tested it against yours. And the dude across the street. Came back to both of you. His and yours.
There's no way, man. I'm telling you. There's no way.
I'm not bullshitting you, man.
I feel kind of bullshitted, bro, because there is no way that DNA would come back to me. Period.
How did it get there?
I have no idea.
Did you?
I have no idea at all. I've never had any sexual contact with any of these girls. I never got ever inappropriate with them. And I mean, it's one time that I called Samaya a hoe. It was like, whatever, and that was it. And she flipped the hell out. That was the only time that I've ever called any of them out of their name, let alone be inappropriate with them. So when I'm telling you, you saying the DNA came back with me and him, that is just way hell no.
I'm going to ask you a few.
Criminals like Jonathan often find themselves torn between the weight of their guilt and the fear of facing justice. In the safety of a close relationship, they may feel more in control, believing that a family member's loyalty will shield them from the full force of the law.
Questions, and these may sound very bizarre and out of left field. Okay, so don't be offended by this. Have you ever worn her underwear?
No.
Have you ever jerked off into her underwear?
Absolutely not.
Okay. Your wife, she's a lot taller than her. She weighs a lot more. I'm not saying she's overweight, but she's pregnant.
Yeah.
Does your wife and her share underwear?
No. No, my wife would never wear,
And you would never wear your niece's panties?
No, never.
Okay. Would they even fit?
I couldn't tell you. She's real skinny, so
okay.
The last I checked that.
Do you see where we're going with this?
I do. I do.
At the end of the day, there is no reason your DNA, you're the only person that can have your DNA. There's no reason your DNA should be anywhere inside her underwear. Period.
Do you know what dropout is?
No.
It's where you have semen inside a woman's vagina and gravity kind of drops out. Sometimes even if you use a condom, you take it off and it still comes in there, okay? Sometimes it's on your fingers, but it's called dropout. Ends of the underwear. It's there.
Yeah, I get it, but it's not mine, man.
It is yours. That's the problem. The reality is the fact that you're going to deny it.
Because it's the truth.
It's not the truth.
Yeah, man. So
and it's not even just regular DNA. It's not like I just touched him and my DNA's on there. It is DNA from you that's on her underwear. And you just told me there is no possible way, with the questions he asked you, that your DNA should be inside of her underwear. Period. 100%.
100%.
Well, guess what it is? And I'm serious, honest to God. God is my witness. I will come in here, put a Bible on this table, and put my hand and swear. The fact is, your DNA is inside her underwear. This is your opportunity to get on the front side of this as opposed to the back side of this.
Explain what went wrong. Explain what happens, and we can work through it.
Dude, I have nothing to explain. There's nothing that went wrong. It's nothing that done.
And out of the blue, your brother's just going to call us up and tell us his story.
What the f- going on with my brother, dude? I don't. And I don't.
Well, we're going through and we're checking off boxes. All right. DNA. Check. Got it. Confirms what we didn't know, but it confirms it.
All right. I'm done with it. Let's go.
Huh? So you guys charging me?
No, you're getting charged with a case.
What case is that?
A sex case. We'll let you know in just a second.
Jonathan, is there anything else you'd like to say?
There's nothing else I'd like to say.
Okay. All right. Because I just want to give you every opportunity. If you don't have anything else you want to share or come clean with, then at this point I'm going to place you under arrest for sexual battery. It's a first-degree felony, and that is in regards to Samaya Sawyer. Okay? So if you'll stand up and turn around and face the wall, place your hands behind your back. That's okay. Face to face.
Put them like they're praying.
Yeah,
like you're praying.
just like that.
Until the very end of the interrogation, Jonathan steadfastly refuses to confess. But let's revisit how Jonathan planned to dispose of the body. Reports suggest he might have dismembered Iana's remains, chopping her into pieces and dumping them in a landfill. The police couldn't find Iana's body, only discovering a bag containing some of her belongings, including her Victoria's Secret underwear and what was believed to be her DNA. In a further disturbing development, the 9mm handgun used in the crime was later found in Jonathan's truck. Alongside the gun were more Victoria's Secret underwear and bloodstains, tying him even more closely to the brutal act. Now we turn to the court trial, where the testimonies are truly heart-wrenching. Prepare to hear accounts that reveal the deep emotional scars left by Jonathan's horrific actions. These statements bring the raw pain and anguish of the victims' families into stark focus, offering a glimpse into the devastating impact of his crimes.
Did you learn that the relationship between IS and the defendant was not an appropriate one?
Yes, ma'am.
And would IS confide things into you?
Yes, ma'am.
In fact, did you observe things inappropriate between IS and the defendant?
Yes, ma'am.
Were those observations made at the defendant's home?
Yes, ma'am.
Now, we just talked about the fact that you would see your sister when your aunt was not home, sleep in the bed with the defendant. Now, did you also observe other inappropriate things that the defendant did with your sister from your own eyes?
Yes, ma'am.
We'll talk about the couch situation last, but tell me about first what you observed through this time frame.
Yes, ma'am. He would grope her in various areas or like kiss her neck or her lips in like an inappropriate way.
So you would see the defendant kiss her lips, being her mouth.
Yes.
And kiss her neck.
Yes.
And then you say grope her.
Yes.
Everyone has a different definition, so what does that mean to you?
To touch inappropriately or in a sexual manner.
And when you say touch, would that be on IS?
Correct.
Or would that be the defendant touching IS?
Yes, ma'am.
And where would he touch IS? We know obviously the mouth.
Yeah.
You've told me about the mouth. You told me about the neck.
Her butt, her waist, her chest.
Now, was there a time frame that you saw anything else inappropriate between your sister and the defendant?
Yes.
Can you please tell us what happened?
Yes. I was on one end of the couch, sleep, and IS and the defendant were on another, having a sexual encounter, and I could hear and feel the couch move.
And so just to be clear, was it dark in the room?
Yes.
Did you ever open your eyes?
No.
Could you hear sounds?
Yes.
Could you hear sounds of more than one person?
Yes.
Could you identify who those individuals were?
Yes, ma'am.
And who were they?
The defendant and IS.
Were you aware prior to what happened on this particular day that something inappropriate was happening between IS and the defendant?
Yes, ma'am.
Did the defendant ever tell you why he liked to talk to you and IS by Snapchat?
The messages erased.
In fact, did the defendant tell you to not save your messages?
Yes, ma'am.
And did your sister tell you who was the father of the baby?
Yes.
Who?
The defendant.
And what did the defendant do to you while you were on the couch?
He was touching me.
I know it's hard, I know, but we gotta have you speak up because we just all need to make sure we know what you're saying, okay? I know it's hard.
He was touching me.
Okay. When you say touching me, you know, I know I have to ask the difficult questions. I apologize again. When you say touching me, what is the defendant touching you with?
His genitals.
Did you ever go to your mom and tell her?
No.
Were you, in fact, the one that got confronted about it?
Yes.
And was that because your mom had found something?
Yes.
And based upon that, did your mom then confront you?
Yes.
Had your mom not found something and had not confronted you, would you have told?
No.
Were you afraid to tell anything?
Yes.
So you did not freely tell this information, did you?
No, I didn't.
Were you also protecting your sister?
Yes.
And why?
I thought she was going with my grandma, and I wanted to keep our friendship.
Did you think if you told about this that your sister would be mad at you?
Yeah.
And did you want to keep her secret from the world?
Yeah.
If you could?
Yeah.
You cannot tell us anything that you ever witnessed or suspected outside of those allegations that you questioned your nieces about that would be considered inappropriate behavior between your nieces, ISS or IS, and Mr. Quiles, correct?
In hindsight, as opposed to with all the new information, I can sit back and say, okay, well, that was strange to cooking my niece a meal every time, especially knowing that she was also pregnant at the same time that I was pregnant. At that time, no, but afterwards, having over 4.5, almost 5 years to sit back and think in hindsight, yes, I will say that that was extremely strange.
When I realized, as when I walked into, I saw him hugging her, and he wasn't hugging her like you would a buddy, a pal, or a niece or nephew. He was hugging her like you would your spouse, your mate, or someone you was in love with. When I walked out and I seen him, he was hugging her. He jumped. I startled him.
The trial began on September 14th, 2023, marking the start of a pivotal chapter in the case. During this period, detectives orchestrated a strategic move by convincing some of the inmates where Jonathan was being held to engage in conversation with him. One of these inmates was wired with a hidden microphone to record their interactions. In a shocking confession, Jonathan admitted to killing Iana, claiming he had no other choice but to end her life. These incriminating statements were later presented as crucial testimonies in court, adding another layer to the trove of evidence against him. On September 21st, the jury reached the verdict after less than 1 hour of deliberation. Jonathan was found guilty on 2 counts of first-degree murder and sexual battery. On October 2nd, 2023, he was sentenced to 3 consecutive life sentences. He will also be designated as a sexual predator.
Lewis County 911.
Oh my God, please help us. Please help us. Somebody's trying to kill us.
What's going on?
Somebody shot my husband.
Somebody shot your husband?
Yeah. Please send the ambulance, please.
Okay, is the person still there that shot him?
I don't know. He left.
On August 31st, 2010, the life of the Nibby family changed forever when a masked intruder broke into their home in the farming community of Crystal Lake, Minnesota. At their home on 51275 176th Street, an intruder went straight into the master bedroom and shot James Nibby, 26, in the head with a shotgun as he slept. At the time that the intruder entered and shot James, his wife, 32-year-old Jennifer Nibby Lee, had been getting ready for work in the bathroom. She came out when she heard the gunshots. Seeing her, the intruder, who was masked, violently attacked Jennifer as well.
Is there anybody else in the house with you?
My son is not. Oh my God, my teenage son is.
How old is your son?
He's 16.
16-year-old?
Oh my God, I better make sure.
Okay, is your son in the basement with you too?
Yeah, my son is in my basement too.
I'm here. Are you okay?
I'm okay. He got me when I don't know.
Got you?
No, he got me.
Freak out.
No, you can't. He left.
He dragged her into the room, stabbed her with a knife, and tied her up with materials that he took from their home. Jennifer was saved when their family dog frantically started barking. The intruder's last words to her were, "I would have killed you if it weren't for that dog." But something wasn't right. The scene didn't add up. In this alleged home invasion, nothing was stolen from the house. James was killed and Jennifer seemed to have been assaulted. Detectives started to think that this might have been personal. Brady Brown, Jennifer's son and James's stepson, was the only person present at the home apart from them. He was then brought in for questioning. According to sources, Brady and James got into fights all the time because James forced Brady to do household chores. Could this have been Brady's motive to take a life?
Can you tell me what happened out here today? Well, I was downstairs sleeping, and my mom came in at about 6 o'clock, or maybe a little earlier, and I slept right through the gunshot, I guess. I had a gun downstairs. I have a .22 for hunting and stuff, and so I grabbed that and put some shells in there because I didn't know where he was at or anything like that. So I go upstairs, and she told me to wait down there, but I went upstairs, and I just sat in the entryway, and then she was crying and stuff, and then we waited till the police got there.
After talking to Brady, it was clear he was no longer a suspect. But new information came to light when Jennifer named her ex-boyfriend and James's old friend, Paul Hallberg, as the person she suspected was the intruder. According to her, she recognized his voice and stature despite the intruder's mask. A few years ago, Paul had been in a relationship with Jennifer, but she had broken up with him when she met James, and she married James a year later in May 2008. Detectives saw this as a strong possible motive.
I'm guessing, on the phone you kind of mentioned you kind of heard about things that had happened. What do you know about what happened?
I guess what I have heard is that, initially there was a home invasion and it was a murder.
Okay. How did you find out about this, Tucker?
The news.
Okay. When were you involved in a relationship with Jim?
I think it was like a year before they were married.
Before she married Jim?
Yes.
How long was that relationship?
2-3 years.
Did it end well?
Not very well, no.
Okay, how'd you know Jim?
He was just a friend of mine, I guess. Jim was always a good guy, and I never had a problem with him. It was always just kind of between me and Jen, I guess.
Tuesday morning. Do you remember where you were at?
Not exactly. I believe I was at work.
Even Jen had mentioned, in her statements, you really should go and talk with my ex because, I think he's somebody that you should really look into. And what I'm trying to do with you, too, is if there's a surefire way that we can verify where you were at that morning, it makes life a lot easier for everybody, you know what I mean?
Right, yep.
After interrogating him for a while, Paul's alibi seemed to check out. But even before they could rule him out completely as a suspect, something even more suspicious was found on Jennifer's phone. If she was in fact the victim as she claimed to be, then why is she sitting in a jail suit being questioned by the detectives? This case had a lot more mystery to be unraveled than they initially thought there to be.
That's kind of the theme of the day everyone has told me that I've talked to.
Brady had this business, it was the day before the wake. And he ended up having this crap too.
How long did it last? Was it a while?
It was a good 3-4 days. He had a fever and stuff too, so. Just a couple questions. Can I ask some questions or no?
You can, but what we have to clarify a couple things, Jen, just for the record, is that you initiated and told the jail that you wanted to talk to us.
Yes.
So that's why we came in here.
Yes.
And met with you. And then the other thing is, for us to talk to you at all, we have to read your rights because you're in custody now. So I do have to do that again.
Okay.
And if there's a question you don't want to answer or something like that, you never have to. That's maybe I haven't made that clear before, but I do have to go through that again, okay?
Fine.
And having them in mind, are you willing to speak with us at this time?
Yes. Okay. For one thing for Monday is because the lawyer that I wanted to get, and as I'm thinking about things and things are going through my mind, if I decide not to hire this lawyer, you said, is one going to be appointed to me on Monday then? Is that how that works?
Right. If you decided not to hire a lawyer that you've already talked to, you can tell the court, you can either tell the court, I have this lawyer, or I have that lawyer, or I'm going to call a lawyer, or I'd like you to appoint me a lawyer, whichever. You just need to tell the court what your intentions are.
Okay.
Yep.
The second thing is am I ever at any chance going to be able to say hi to Brady or talk to him at all or anything or?
I don't want to make a promise, but it's possible.
It's fine.
Court hearings are open to the public.
Yeah.
Okay. So that means family can come. Anybody can come, for that matter. They're open to the public. And Brady is 16, so he would be considered old enough to come into the courtroom and be there. Now, generally, they're not going to let you go have physical contact, I don't think, with him is generally the way it works.
Okay.
Over video.
I see.
At the jail,
At the jail. But I mean, up in court, you'd see him, but like if you tried to go have physical contact, they would probably stop you because...
You said homicide yesterday. What are my convictions?
You're not convicted of anything yet. You're charged.
Okay, what am I charged with? I never got a charge sheet or a charge.
The jail had a copy of it.
They have a copy of it over there.
Oh.
Maybe, did you ask them to see it or anything? Or
I didn't, I guess.
Okay. We can make that happen till we go back.
But I can tell you it's second degree murder is what you're charged with.
Okay.
That's
And what does that entail?
I think it's second degree intentional murder is what you're charged with. So that just means that you intended to kill somebody. It's
10 days after the crime, Jennifer was arrested as new and compelling evidence was found against her. She herself then asked to speak to the detectives to share facts that she had not shared yet. As you watch, we'll show you the actual evidence found at the crime scene and break down the sinister plan that was hatched to kill James Nibby. The victim became the suspect, and what they had believed originally turned out to only be the tip of the iceberg.
I don't know what to say. I just want all this to go away.
I know.
I know it's not going to.
And I think sometimes it's what we're talking to you about without us knowing what exactly happened.
Like I said, I mean, we know about the drug stuff, Jen. Okay? If you're out of your mind on drugs, you're out of your mind on drugs. That's okay, but we need to know that and hear it from you, I guess, is the only thing,
I have an addiction to prescription pain pills.
Okay. When did it start?
I'm so ashamed.
It's okay.
I call prescriptions in for myself. I'm just so ashamed.
It's okay.
A lot of people have things happen, and a lot of people make mistakes. You're not the only person that's ever been addicted to prescription pain medication.
It's okay. Was there an event that kind of started that off, that precipitated that? Did you get injured or something, or just?
I injured my ankle a while ago, and it got worse after. While we were dating that first year, it wasn't too bad, and then it was slightly before I think we got married that I ended up becoming addicted to them and needing to have them all the time. Otherwise, I would go through withdrawal.
Okay. What did it start with tramadol or start with something else?
No, it's just always been
tramadol. Because that's not a commonly prescribed drug, is it?
It's not even a controlled substance.
Okay.
It's not even a controlled narcotic, but it has opioid effect.
Okay, so it kind of affects your brain the same way a narcotic would.
Yeah.
Okay. And how much, I mean, how much are you using right now? How much had you been using on average?
180 pills a week.
Wow.
Which is usually 8 per day is the max.
Okay. And those are what, how many milligram, like 40 milligram?
50.
50 milligram pills? Wow. For a while, you've been kind of carrying all the bills and that kind of stuff, so you've been under, a lot of pressure to work 2 jobs, 3 jobs. I'm sure that doesn't help.
I never wanted to hurt anybody. But I am an honest person. I'm not a liar.
No.
And I've always taught that to my son. But I've become that person. I've become that liar that finding excuses why I'd be late for work and stuff, and a lot of it was the meds. A lot of it was the using.
Mm-hmm.
And I worked in healthcare. I knew you could get help, but I didn't do it.
You may have noticed that the beginning of an interrogation is rarely about the crime itself, especially when the suspect is forthcoming about their crimes. This is because they build a character sketch for themselves before they confess. Here, Jennifer can be seen talking about her addiction and the financial burden that was on her. To take care of a family of 3, Jennifer had to work 2 jobs.
She'd, wake up at 4 o'clock in the morning to go to work at her first job, and then from there go to her other job until 11 o'clock at night.
Additionally, she was addicted to prescription medication called tramadol and was consuming it in dangerous quantities. Though these factors do not justify her crimes, it shows that she was already in a bad mental state. On the other hand, like she said, she was in healthcare and could have sought out help if she needed it, but she chose not to. Detectives maintain their good rapport with her by referring to her informally as Jen and listening to her in their hopes of getting a swift confession.
I can't face anybody. How do you face somebody when you've done something like this?
I know.
It was like I was there, but I wasn't.
Like you were not in your person watching yourself do something and...
Saying it was the devil. Get rid of it.
Was there voices telling you that? Did you feel like you were hallucinating?
I don't know.
You hadn't slept all night, had you? I could tell that morning you looked like you'd been up for hours and hours. You'd been taking way too many pills?
Yeah. And it wasn't cheap, but I also had to pay for everything else. So.
Yeah, it seemed like they said, from what we're hearing, Jim hadn't been working much up until recently.
Up until these last 4 weeks, I suppose.
So you were carrying the mortgage and the bills, and they say working 3 jobs, it's a lot of pressure.
I don't understand how somebody goes from this to this, just like that. I don't get it.
The household had been late on mortgage and utility bills for months. Another very compelling piece of evidence against Jennifer was regarding an insurance policy that James had taken out in June 2010. This life insurance policy would pay out a sum of $250,000 in the case of James's death. James had revealed to his boss, Darren Deluge, that this had been initiated by Jennifer, but he thought it was a good idea as well at the time. The belief that Jennifer killed James for the insurance money only solidified when detectives learned that Jennifer had called the insurance company the very next day after James's death. If that wasn't shocking enough, in the month following his death, she rekindled her romance with an ex-boyfriend, Greg Nielsen. Financial struggles are a big stressor and have forced many people out of their marriages. But did they lead to Jennifer killing her partner?
Here's the thing. You said something, Jen, that we can lie to you. And we, to a degree, police can, but I'm not going to. I'm not going to lie to you, okay? I promise. You have my word. I'm not. I hope you can look at me in the eyes and believe that I'm not going to lie to you, okay? We don't want to do that. We don't need to do that. You said yourself, you've always been an honest person. And that's, again, all the people we've talked to, your friends, your family, all say the same thing, okay? You are of good character, okay? You have no criminal record. You have worked hard to make something of yourself, and you've worked very hard to make something of Brady, and he is a great kid.
Good kid.
He is number one in his class.
He's a good kid. Oh,
Yeah.
God, he's a good kid. This is going to kill him.
Well, no, Brady can survive this, okay? He can survive this. Okay, it's going to be hard. Okay?
Nobody's going to ever forgive me. I guess I can't blame them.
But so sometimes they will, though.
I don't know that I would say that. I don't say that would necessarily be the case. That's the biggest question right now, probably, that the people we talk to have, is they want to know how and why, you know. They just want answers, you know. They want something that they can kind of wrap their mind around and, you know, say, well, okay, this is why this all happened.
And we kind of got a little bit of a window into things through our investigation too, you know. But again, you know, we weren't there, so.
There's just so many things going through my head, I don't know. I mean, it's everything we've talked about. It's the pressure of everything, the finances, and the drugs. And you live your day for that next fix.
Jim didn't know anything about this either. We were able to keep it from him, at least.
For the most part, yeah. I would say it was my headache medicine or stomach medicine or.
And you know, your family and everybody has said, yeah, Jen's, we don't think she's well physically, you know. That's people have told us that. They've recognized that something's wrong. They don't know what.
Yeah.
You know, but
all the things that Jennifer has said have boiled down to this: the confession that everyone has been waiting for. Now, Jennifer will begin to reveal how she planned the murder and what actually happened on the fateful night of August 31st.
Well, Jen, what's more important than you know, it happened, you can't back up and do it. Obviously, you're sorry. Okay, you said yourself if you could change it and give your life, you would. Is that true? You said that? That's what you meant?
Yeah.
Because there again, those are things that I think that's important for people to hear that from you. You know, how you feel that you're not some uncaring. Okay.
It was horrible. It was horrible. What did happen? I thought, oh my God, what did I do? What did I do? And that's why I made it look like someone tried to hurt me and came in.
Okay. I want to make sure on a couple things, though, that are important, okay? Brady had nothing to do with any of this.
No.
Swear.
I swear to God. No, I swear to
And
God.
he doesn't know anything about it. He didn't help you set the scene up or anything. You truly didn't wake him up until afterwards.
I swear to God.
Okay.
I swear on my life. I swear.
Well, I know. I believe you if you swear that it's the truth. But
I do.
But I have to ask you that.
Yes.
I have to be clear on that.
I do. Brady had absolutely nothing to do with it.
Each time the detectives feel the conversation is not headed towards a confession, they bring up Brady. This is because they've sensed that he's a soft spot for Jennifer. She immediately reverts to her crimes when her son is brought up, so she can clear his name from the charges or any form of suspicion.
He was so startled when I went down there, because I was on the phone with 911 when I went down there to ask him. He was asleep, you know. He was dead asleep, and I called his name twice, and then he finally woke up, you know, with the big eyes, like, what the hell is going on, Mom?
Right.
You know?
So his reactions, which they seem like they're all very normal and appropriate for somebody in that situation, that's all legit.
Yeah.
Okay.
Brady knew nothing about it. Nothing.
Okay.
Nothing.
Did anybody know about it?
No. No.
Carrie, nobody?
Nobody.
Okay.
Nobody.
Okay, I believe you. How long had you been thinking about it, though, that night? I mean, like you say, you were up all night.
I went to sleep at one point.
Okay.
Because we went to sleep, and I think by the time I actually fell asleep, though, it was like probably 12:30. And then I woke up at 4:30 to my alarm.
Okay.
And I shut that off, and I had fallen back asleep.
Okay.
And then when it was 5:30, that's when I all of a sudden got into a panic and went. Because I had taken some meds.
And you hadn't had much sleep.
So, oh, it just makes me sick even thinking about it.
I know.
And what I did.
I know. I'm sure it's been just killing you the last few days.
It's been killing me since the day it happened.
And I think when we were talking to you too,
Yeah.
No, that
you could tell, you know.
that it shows. It's clear.
It's a lot to carry
I
around.
don't know how I'm going to live with this the rest of my life. I don't know how. But the other thing is, though, is I know that Jim is in heaven. And that Brady will someday go to heaven. And then if I try to take my own life, I won't be with them. Because that has crossed my mind, too.
Well, and I would just encourage you, please don't try to push those thoughts out, because you know what? You made a mistake, but you're still Brady's mother, and you're going to be his mother for the rest of his life, and you need to continue to do that, okay?
Has anyone noticed how quickly Jennifer starts crying and how quickly she seems to recover from it? Is she truly remorseful, or is this all an act?
We do need to go through the details, or we'd like to, just one time, okay?
Okay.
And you do it, and we're not going to push, and you do it at your own pace, okay? But I know you want to have the truth out there. Exactly the truth. Okay? From start to finish, one time.
I don't know where to start, I guess.
Let's start Monday night. Okay?
Monday night. Okay.
Let's start Monday night. You're with Carrie, right? She was not doing well, not feeling well. Is that true?
Yep.
Okay. I thought it was.
Yes, that was very true.
Okay.
And there is something I'd like to clear up. Supposedly, she said that I didn't go on an ambulance call. I did go on an ambulance call that night.
On the ambulance call on Saturday,
Yes,
the
on Saturday night.
when she was not feeling well as well.
Exactly.
Okay.
I did go on that
Okay.
ambulance call, and she said, "Oh, I told you." And I said, "I told you I went on that ambulance
Okay,
call."
so she's mistaken.
Yes,
Okay.
yes. So some things are not always exactly clear in her head either. So, but
I will make a note for us to square that away. And you know what? We can go check the records.
Sure.
And they'll show that you were there. So.
Exactly. I'll be on the run report. So.
Right. Okay. So let's start with Monday night when you're with Carrie.
So Monday night I was with Carrie. We talked about. Let's see, what did we talk about? She wasn't feeling good. We talked about all at work, because they had tried to, I guess, get her to work and didn't work. And the bosses were mad because they had made her come in on Sunday, and I guess she had a work note saying she wasn't supposed to be there and stuff.
Okay.
So then we went out to Monpause because of the whole... There had been people with flashlights and stuff in the yard.
Mm-hmm.
So we went out there to check to make sure everything was okay.
So that's all true, too. That wasn't made up or anything about this. Okay.
And Yukon freaking out the other night.
Mm-hmm. That's true, too.
That was true, too.
Okay.
Yeah, that was true, too.
Okay.
And so we checked that out and tried to reiterate to Pa not to, go outside by himself and stuff. And then as I was leaving Carrie's, Jim had called, and I think I had missed his call, so I called him back, and he said he was just getting home from work. So I went back home. Oh, this is horrible.
I know.
It's horrible, though, you guys. How do you take someone's life and then go on with your own? I don't know how. Do you have any other questions for me? I think I need to go lay down.
Yeah, just one other one. It was the same gun that he had taught you to shoot?
Yes.
And what kind of gun is that? I mean,
is it a 12 gauge or a 20 gauge?
Is it a shotgun?
It's a shotgun with a scope.
Okay. And it's the action, do you know what kind of action it is? How you have to load a bullet in it?
Like a semi-automatic? Is that what you mean?
Do you have to pump it?
You have to pump it.
Okay. Is that
in order to...
Okay, because there is another gun up there that Brady brought up.
Yes.
And I just want to verify we're on, because we'll have to sort that out, and our scientists will have to do that. And you used the ammunition you said was the same ammunition?
Yeah.
And it was what kind of, was it birdshot or slug?
It was slug, I think.
Okay. And do you know the difference?
No. To be honest, I don't.
Okay.
No.
But that's what you were shooting outside was slugs.
I believe it was slugs.
Which is what you use for deer hunting, is what he's having you practice with.
I think so, yes.
Okay.
And I know Mike said that we weren't going to push you, and is it okay if I ask you? Because I was wondering too, and because we had talked that morning and stuff, and then I went in there and you were on the couch sitting there with Brady. Things that kind of, there was stuff laying there in the room, and there was a chair that was moved and stuff.
Mm-hmm.
When did all that stuff get put in the room or changed, or? Because our assumption was that it, you kind of set that stuff up.
That was, I can't remember if it was before or after.
Okay. There's probably more questions. Is there anything that you want us to make sure that goes in the report that the prosecutor knows that? I mean, I know you're sorry, right?
Very.
That's
sorry.
obvious. That's obvious. But have you talked to anybody and told anybody about this yet, Jen?
No.
Besides us?
No.
A couple other just quick things. Ed Erickson.
Yeah.
You two never actually slept together?
No.
It was all just texting.
It was all texting.
So it was just flirting.
Absolutely.
It was never anything physical.
Absolutely not.
Okay.
Nothing physical ever.
Okay.
No.
Okay.
No.
So he knew nothing of any of this.
No, absolutely not. Oh, no.
Didn't say get rid of your husband.
No.
Nothing like that. So he's not involved in this in any way.
No, he's not. No, he's not.
Okay.
No.
In the end, she didn't end up with her husband or new potential partner. Jennifer's greed, addiction, and impulsivity landed her in jail. In the next clip, watch how the detectives who were seemingly on her side talk about Jennifer as they leave the room.
It was all real Hernandez, and she
initiated it, I know.
Hey,
Quiles? Really? Really? It's on video. We gotta go finalize the disc, but she gave it up.
When you get that file, I was letting you watch it.
God damn. She called us. Yeah, she asked for a lawyer yesterday. But we had given her the speech on the car ride in here, thinking that was her shot, and she said no lawyer. It's sitting in jail overnight. See, it's been eating at her.
During her trial in 2012, Jennifer Nibby's attorney, Rich Hillesheim, said there was more to the story behind James Nibby's death. Hillesheim said he was prepared to tell a jury that his client was the victim of physical and sexual abuse. He said James's behavior was why a woman with no criminal background ended up doing something so drastic. In the end, in June 2012, District Court Judge Bradley Walker sentenced Jennifer Nibby to 25 years in prison. With good behavior and credit for the 700 days she'd already served in prison, she could be placed on supervised release in 15 years.
To carry your out of my car and get dump you somewhere, huh? You just up my entire evening, huh? Just finish, please. I'm tired. I need to go on straight and narrow.
The only way this could be an accident is you fulfilling some type of fantasy by videoing it and it going too far. Because it's on video. So you either intended to kill her or you intended to videotape this for yourself and it went too far.
On the chilly evening of September 30th, 2019, police made a horrifying discovery when a homeless woman named Valerie Kassler dialed 911 with a disturbing piece of evidence in her possession. An SD card which contained graphic footage that exceeds all limits of humanity. The person you saw sitting in the interrogation room was 48-year-old Brian Stephen Smith, and what he is about to reveal to the police next would forever alter the course of his life.
Your fingers, or did you fist her?
Well, that much.
Okay.
Yeah.
And that was when she was deceased?
Yeah.
If you think that this was one of the most gruesome revelations you've come across, then wait till you see the rest of the footage. This case would go down as one of the most brutal and gut-wrenching crimes in the history of Alaska. The day the SD card surfaced, Brian had already flown to Virginia on a vacation with his wife, Stephanie. He was brought into the interrogation room right after he'd landed.
Mr. Smith, I'm Detective Lee, the Anchorage Police Department. I just want to show you my badge, my ID, so you know who you're talking to. This is Detective Bell, my partner. We have some matters we wanted to clear up with you and talk to you today, so I appreciate you coming up here with these guys and talking to me. Obviously, we're here at the airport. They brought you up here to talk to me, so we have some kind of a formality to get by. I have to read you what's called a Miranda warning. So, like I said, we have some matters we need to clear up with you, and I just wanted to ask you, do you have any idea, any thought in your head about what we might want to talk to you today about?
No, my truck was broken into a few months, well, about a month or two ago, and that's why I don't have a driver's license. My wallet was stolen.
Okay.
And I had some papers that were in the car with me.
Okay.
And some stuff.
Okay, what day was it that it was broken into?
Oh, I can't remember.
Like I said, we have some matters we need to clear up, and the thing we need to talk about is recently some property was brought to APD, and I was given that property as a little SD card, and I watched that SD card and I looked at it, and that's what I want to talk to you about.
Okay.
So what can you tell me? Because you mentioned the SD card and the GoPro camera, so what can you tell me about that?
Well, usually everything I record is stuff from my trips when I go out camping. So if you see me making fires and cooking meat and walking in the forest, and if it's on a GoPro, there's a good chance it's me trying to take shots or a video of me shooting through things.
The cops certainly didn't see him cooking or shooting through things, but the contents of the SD card, definitely not from a GoPro, were far more startling than anyone could have anticipated. And the person who stole it, none other than Valerie Kassler. She got what she wanted, but certainly not what she expected.
In the hotel room, it showed her laying on the ground on the rug, and she was like all beat up. I mean, her face was not even recognizable. And he was hitting her and telling her that she isn't going to leave the hotel alive, that he's killing her.
See if this will refresh a memory here for you. That there, and that's it right there on top of that.
I've seen those. I've got one or two of those. You get those at Walmart.
Okay. Is that one like the one you're missing? Because you said you're missing one out of the GoPro.
No, well, the whole GoPro's gone.
Oh, the whole GoPro's gone. Yeah. But was that the type of card that might have been in that GoPro when it was gone?
No.
Okay.
I've got one of these that I've been using for my 3D printer.
Okay.
Yeah. So that's why I've got these green ones. The other one's all black.
Okay.
Yeah.
Well, and so like I said, this was brought to APD and given to me, and like I said, I viewed the images and the videos on that SD card.
Yeah.
And that's obviously that's how I got to you. That's how I figured out who you are.
Okay.
And that's what we need to clear up that matter of what's on that SD card.
Okay, what's on the card?
Okay. You mentioned a black Ford Ranger truck you have.
Yeah.
I observed that black Ford Ranger that you have. What's the plate on your Ford Ranger?
Oh, I can't remember.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay, but it's the Ford Ranger that's registered to you and to Stephanie.
Yeah.
And it's FSL 878. Does that sound right? So, like I said, that's how I got to you. There's pictures of that truck on that SD card.
Okay. Well, it could be I could have used it for something if it's got my truck on it.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
And that's what we want to talk to you about.
Okay.
It was not only from his truck that the cops had traced him. The police were already familiar with him because of a previous investigation. When they viewed the contents of the SD card, they instantly recognized Brian's thick South African accent.
Let's talk about over the last month, time span of a month or so. You work at the Marriott.
Mm-hmm.
How often, you live at Starbucks, so you live here in Anchorage. How often would you say you stay at a Marriott? Would you spend the night there at a Marriott or rent a room there?
Well, when we go away, like now we stayed at Marriott, yeah.
Okay.
In DC?
Yeah.
But let's say here in Anchorage.
A few weeks ago, probably a month or two, I had a fight with my wife and I went and stayed at a Marriott.
Okay. And how many nights did you rent it? Do you have to, as an employee, do you have to rent the room or how does that work?
Oh yeah, I just rent the room, yeah.
Okay. And how many nights did you rent the room for?
Probably about 2 nights.
Okay.
Yeah.
All right. And when you went to the hotel, what did you do? What was your evening like?
After a fight with your wife, you usually drink a hell of a lot, so it did involve quite a bit of alcohol. So.
Okay. Okay. Did you go anywhere?
I probably would have driven around a bit, got some food and stuff.
Okay. Did you meet up with anybody, talk to anybody?
I can't remember. I probably would have. Between us, I have been known to sometimes go out and find a companion, you know.
Okay. Did you do that, you think, that particular night?
I probably did, yeah.
You probably did?
Yeah.
Okay. So can you tell me about how that evening went down?
If this is the same evening, I met a lady down at the homeless shelter. She actually works there. And she stayed the night. And I still got to work late the next morning because I went and dropped her off back at work again. So I can't remember her name. I can't even remember what she looks like. Yeah.
Okay. What time was it that you picked her up at the homeless shelter?
I probably would. I don't know. I can't tell you. I really can't tell you. Yeah.
Downtown Hope Center was the homeless shelter that Brian frequently visited. It was here that a series of unsettling events began to unfold. Events that would ultimately lead to the deaths of not one, but 2 women.
Okay.
But it would have been late, like 10, 11.
Okay. And from there, once you picked her up, where did you guys go?
She said that she knows where we can get some booze, and she arranged some vodka, which she actually kept. I had enough to drink, I'm sure of that, you know. Mm-hmm. It's very fuzzy. I remember her shouting out the window with vodka or something like that.
Okay.
And then we would have gone back to the hotel room.
Okay.
Yeah.
And when you got back to the hotel room, what did you guys do?
Oh, we would have watched a bit of TV, drank a bit more. And then through the night maybe done something. Yeah.
Okay. And can you just give a little more detail what you guys did?
Well, obviously gotten a little bit physical, sexually, if you want that word.
Okay, so you guys had...
Probably, yeah, there's a good chance. After a few drinks, I don't usually work, you know, so...
Okay. Okay, so after that, what happened next?
Well, woke up in the morning. This I remember. I woke up and she was in the bathroom putting her makeup on, and she spent like an hour or so. And I was in a rush to get back to work, so that was the big thing there, you know.
Okay.
And I got to work about an hour late because I still went and dropped her off.
Okay.
Yeah.
All right. And you, like we told you, today's the 8th. You said this is about 2 weeks ago?
No. It was longer than 2 weeks ago. It's more like a month ago.
A month ago. Okay. And since that time, since about a month ago, have you rented a room in Anchorage at all and spent the night there?
No.
That's the last time you did? Okay. And you said she was putting her, last thing you said, she was putting on her makeup, and then did you take her somewhere, or what happened?
Yeah, I went to drop her off again because she works at the homeless shelter. The one that they want to close down.
Okay.
Yeah.
After that night, after you came back to the room, did you and her go anywhere else around Anchorage or anywhere else outside of Anchorage or anywhere for that matter?
No, I never saw her again.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
Are you speaking about Brother Francis Shelter or something different?
The one that goes down, that's just across from the prison.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
It's no coincidence that the woman mentioned is Valerie Castler. She wasn't just a stranger either. She was on a date with Brian, who had little to no idea that she would break into his truck later. The story of her stealing the SD card and the shocking contents it held will be revealed as the footage unfolds.
I viewed everything on the SD card, and I did see your truck on there. Is there anything else on that SD card that we need to talk about?
No. You could show me the card and see. You can show me what's on there if you want to.
Okay. But I am going to ask you to get pretty specific about what you and her did in the room together. If you could just kind of describe how it started and what you guys did throughout the night.
Well, I don't remember, but if you really want graphic, we probably played with each other, and she probably have it, and then there's a good chance we probably tried, if you can put it that way.
Mm-hmm. And how many nights did you say you rented that room for?
For 2 nights. Yeah.
2 nights. Was this on the first night that you had the room, or was this on the second?
This was the second night.
Second night.
Yeah.
Okay. Well, I just wanted to show you these pictures, see if they would help you kind of refresh the girl from that night.
Mm-hmm. No, that's not her.
Not her.
Just short hair.
Short hair. Okay.
Short hair. No.
Okay. All right.
She looks like a drug addict.
Okay.
Yeah.
Have you seen this woman before?
No.
Have you ever had any contact with her at all?
No. I have. Look, in the last 5 years that I've been here, probably starting about 2 years ago, I've probably gone out and picked up a girl or two. So I might have seen her before, but not fresh in my mind.
Okay.
Yeah.
All right. Okay. And then you said her here.
No.
Doesn't ring a bell, doesn't look familiar. You've never seen her?
No.
Okay. Is there anything else, and I'm going to step out here a minute, let you take a break, drink some water. Is there anything else about that evening that we haven't talked about that you want me to know about, or you think we should talk about?
No.
So far, the police have given Brian ample opportunities to share his side of the story. However, as he stubbornly refuses to utter a single word, they're left with no choice but to confront him directly by presenting photographs from the SD card. In this moment, you'll witness his calm demeanor begin to wear off. What he doesn't realize is that the real surprise is yet to come.
You were asking me to show you what's on the SD card, and I don't have it here to show you exactly what's on there, but I wanted to talk about it. And like I said to you a minute ago, the images led me to you. There's images on there that led me to you, and for multiple reasons. The truck, like I said, I knew that was your truck. You're saying that's your truck in the photographs. Mm-hmm. There's pictures of the Marriott. There's pictures of the Marriott, the hotel room on the GoPro, or excuse me, on that SD card. And that's how I knew it was that Marriott. It was the Middletown Marriott.
Okay.
And the pictures, I don't know, you probably know about this. I think you're into technology and stuff. Okay. Photographs, they have a time and date stamp. So the photographs are time and date stamped. So they basically, the photographs time and date stamp matched at the time that you were at that hotel room.
Okay.
So that's how this SD card has led me to you.
Okay.
And like I said, there's a number of images on there, and there's a number of videos on there, and I brought some of the pictures to kind of go over with you about that. So this is one of the images on there. Part of it is kind of cut down a little bit, but can you tell me what's in that photo?
There's somebody's feet.
Okay.
Yeah.
Whose feet are those?
I don't know.
Okay. I'm looking at your shoe. I mean, it looks like the shoes you're wearing right now.
Yeah, it does. Yeah.
Okay. Is it safe to say those are your feet in that picture?
I don't know.
Okay. I just want to show you some other images here and like I said, I've watched the videos and the images on there, and I've watched them multiple times, and that's why we're here. That's how I knew to talk to you. So these are just some of the other images on there.
Okay.
These are on the SD card.
Okay.
So what can you tell me about these photos?
This looks like someone that's already been beaten up a bit.
Okay. And these are images. These are images, but there's also videos of this person.
Yeah.
And another person in the room as well. And that's why we're here to talk to you about.
How many people in the room?
At least 2.
Oh. Yeah.
So we need to address this. We need to clear this up.
Okay.
Mr. Smith.
You think I hit this girl?
Well, like I said, there's videos of it. There's video of it, there's audio of it, there's a voice I've been talking to you now for almost 30, 40 minutes. And I know it was your voice I could hear in the video.
Okay.
And if you'd like to hear some of that, I can refresh your memory with it.
The same pictures are on the SD card with your truck that you said was your truck.
Yeah, these are all on the same as your truck here. So.
It sounds like me. What's happening when that's...
What's happening is on this video, on these images, the person that's recording it is holding the recorder and is standing basically above this girl and strangling her.
Brian wasn't expecting the cops to pull out the recording. And with that one move, the cops have him cornered and defenseless. Watch how he struggles to give an explanation and stammers through it.
I don't want to act stupid, but I don't remember anything.
Okay. But this occurred, and like I said, the photos are timestamped. This occurred in that room 323, 323, on September 4th, early mornings.
Yeah.
At the time that you were at the hotel.
The 4th, I don't. I'm not denying. I'm not saying you're lying, but I don't remember anything like this.
Has anything like that ever happened to you in the past then? Have you ever, when you drank or anything like that, has anything ever happened in the past where you drank and you forgot what you did?
Long time ago, I was told it was sugar blackouts.
So it wasn't alcohol?
And you talking and like I said, there's about 12 of these videos, and I've watched every single one of them multiple times, unfortunately. And you talking, you know what you're doing in those videos. I mean, you're describing what's going on in those videos. And so, Mr. Smith, I don't believe that you don't remember this happening. Do you recall that?
Who would record stuff like this? I do not remember anything like this. Honestly.
Where is this girl now?
I don't know.
He tries to distance himself from the crime, questioning his own actions as if in disbelief. The cops catch on quickly, and when they ask about the girl in the video, he feigns ignorance. But in reality, he knows exactly where she is, and later in the footage, you're going to find out what really happened to her.
She's not the girl I picked up. I can tell you now, she's not the one I picked up. The one I picked up was short hair. And I dropped...
Okay, but that's definitely your voice on those audios. And I have no doubt about it. Like I said, I mean, your shoes are in the picture, your truck's in the picture, a Marriott cart, as you pointed out, is in the picture. Yeah. And then I can also point to this to you. This is the SD card file. And look at the 4th one down, what the name of that file is. Homicide, Marriott Hotel, Midtown, Anchorage. And this was modified on September 24th, 20 days later.
I did not do that. Why would I make a file like that? If I did take videos of this, I would...
What did you use?
I wouldn't write. I wouldn't do that. I wouldn't... No.
So you're saying you didn't label the videos with that?
No.
Okay. What kind of phone do you have? So your phone basically is basically tracked anytime you drive around through a tower, and there's towers all over Anchorage. Okay, well, it was your phone, the 205 number. Yeah. It was your vehicle, your truck, There's cameras out on the highway at the way station, so there's no doubt about it that
Inbound
you were
and
out there.
outbound.
No doubt about it that you were out there.
Okay, I don't remember anything else, really, I'm sorry. Yeah, well, look, this sounds very serious, no matter what, I'm going to be in deep, so...
As it turns out, Brian wasn't exactly a criminal mastermind. The fact that he labeled the file Homicide at Midtown Marriott gives us a glimpse into his recklessness and naivety. Valerie, who had stolen his phone from the truck, viewed the disturbing footage and saved it onto an SD card before handing it over to the police. Initially, she claimed she found it lying on the street, but later, during the trial, she confessed the truth. Now, Brian begins to weave a story, one that will only dig his grave even deeper.
Okay, I'll tell you what I remember.
Okay. I appreciate your honesty.
Yeah, if you put yourself in my shoes, would you admit to something like that immediately? You know,
No,
it's a very serious thing to be, you know.
No, it's very serious.
We understand. Brian's taking time for you to wrap your head around what's happening right now, and that this is when and where it's happening.
I was scared.
If you didn't remember what happened, why didn't you call somebody and say, hey, there's somebody in the back of my truck?
Well, that's the thing. Who would believe me? It's like I said. It's like the guy walking around. Police found drugs in his pocket, you know, and he says, no, it's not mine, and everybody says, oh, yes, we believe you, you know. It's the same thing. Who would have believed me that I found something in the back of my truck? So,
okay.
Yeah, I didn't know what to do. I was thinking myself, what the hell?
Did you tell
and
anybody?
Every now and then I'd actually go look, like, yes, it's not a dream, there is somebody here, you know. So, no, I didn't tell anyone. I was like scared, you know.
The more Brian speaks, the more he solidifies the case against himself. It's now a point of contention whether Brian is actually smart or if his own words are sealing his fate even further.
You were aware of what was going on while you were doing this, okay? Nobody's going to believe. Who do you think is going to believe you when you say, I don't remember this happening? Nobody's going to remember that.
I know.
That's why you say this is your. You get to write this. You get to explain this. There's an explanation for it, right? Something happened that night with you, whether it was a fantasy that you were carrying out that went too far, but something happened and you remember it. The video shows you doing it.
What do you mean?
Similar to, we're going to see videos of other women, not necessarily by you, but we're going to see stuff like this that you've watched before, that you viewed, kind of films as you would. Women getting beat up, women getting choked. We're going to see that kind of stuff on your stuff that we're searching, correct?
No, I like a bit of porn, but I actually don't like snuff too much. I don't like blood and gore.
So what happened for this to get to this point? There's an explanation for it.
I'm serious. I do not remember this. I don't remember this face. I don't remember. That's my truck. That's my truck. It's my voice. That looks like my shoes. I wear jeans usually. It looks like jeans in the picture. I do not. I've got a blank on. If that's me, I've got a total blank. Something's blocking this out of my mind.
So when you went out there and you dumped the body, which you say you did,
yeah.
Did you take any photographs out there while you were out there?
I don't remember.
So you're admitting that you were at the hotel, that's your truck, that's your voice, and you admit that you took the body out there and you dumped the body, right? So why would there be photographs of her in the back of your truck at the dump site, which you admit to doing? On the same SD card, listen to me.
Okay.
On the same SD card that has all these photos on it and videos of you killing her. He admits that he took the body out there and that he dumped it out there. But he has no recollection of anything that happened at the hotel where he admitted he was, where his truck was, where he pointed it out it was, where his voice is on there calling somebody a bitch and killing somebody. And so you wanted the story to be, you blanked that portion of this event out.
If you hypnotize me now, I can tell you, you'll see. I'll say I don't know. Please, I don't know. I cannot remember this.
Now, let's address the elephant in the room, the dead body. It was discovered on October 2nd, just 6 days before this interrogation. The remains were found along the Seaward Highway, south of Anchorage, belonging to 30-year-old Kathleen Henry, a homeless Native American woman. She was tortured to death by none other than Brian Stephen Smith.
On the videos, on several of them, in my movies, sadly, everybody dies. What are my followers going to think of you? People need to know when they're being serial killed. These are things you're saying to her while you're doing that.
Why would I say that? That's stupid to say things like that.
You weren't anticipating that we were going to get a hold of this card, and you weren't anticipating that the railroad was going to drive by and see bones laying on the side of the railroad track. You didn't anticipate that.
What do you think a normal person, reasonable person, if I came out and I found a dead body in the back seat of my car or in the back of my truck, what would a reasonable person who's never had any contact with the law, as far as I know, right? Never had any negative contact with the law. There's video there that would explain it, right? If somebody put that body in the back of your truck, why would you not call it? A reasonable person would call the police and say, hey, I found a dead body. What they wouldn't do is wait 2 days, keep the dead body in the back of their car, drive it home, park it in the driveway, and then take it out to a spot and not only dump the body over the guardrail, but take the other stuff that's with her to a different place. What does that look like? And then take pictures of her in the back of your truck.
Well, this is bad. I can tell you, this is not a nice thing to do.
Who's that?
That's a girl that I met, and we screwed a little bit, and once more time I cheated on my wife with this one, and she was passed out drunk. Yeah.
And when was that?
This was actually recently, a few weeks ago.
So did you pick her up?
Yeah, this girl I picked up, yeah.
Where's she at now?
I don't know, I left her there. So she found her way home.
So you had sex with her?
Yeah.
Okay. When did she get drunk to the point where she's passed out? It looks like it would be hard to have sex with her.
Oh, well, when I picked her up, she was drunk and she had a bottle with her.
Okay.
So we sat there for a while, like 10 minutes or so, drinking, and then it was getting late, early in the morning, and I needed to get going. So I said, let's just finish everything, yeah.
Brian, being a frequent visitor of downtown Hope, first encountered Kathleen Henry and later Valerie Kassler. There was yet another individual he picked up from there.
Do you wear protection? That's just for my curiosity. Do you wear a condom?
Yeah, I did. Usually, if a girl's the first three I didn't, put it that way, and then the short-haired girl I didn't.
Okay.
Yeah. So, but
how about her? Did you have sex with her?
I don't know. Oh. Obviously, I don't want people to know that I pick up girls. I don't want anyone to know.
All right, but we just need to know. And it sounds like when you left the house, you were very angry. So
I was.
All right. So what we need to know is how this and this, all this apparent consensual stuff, got from that to this.
So what was the difference between these girls, this girl, this girl? What happened those times? What happened this time compared to those times? Because something happened in there, and I think we kind of got close to it a minute ago. That these girls were immediately like, "Let's do it," and same with Alicia. Like, "Let's go," like she said, "Hurry up." And I think that's something you got used to. That was the convenience and the, "Hey, we're going to get this going." And I think something happened with her, and I know you remember her. I know you remember this girl. And
do you remember that photo? Because you don't remember these cards. Do you remember taking that on your phone?
No.
So you don't. So you don't remember taking this photograph?
No, that is me. That's my stomach. That's definitely me. Let's put it this way. This might sound bad, but it wouldn't have been such a big deal that I remember that photograph. You know, I might have just wanted to record me and a girl doing something. You know, like just take a photo of
her. But you remember taking that?
I remember taking photographs of this girl.
And you remember taking this?
She had an amazing little bum. Yeah, this was This is going to sound sick, but it was like a joke. You know, like a.
I did that. I was poster, and I just drove her and left her there. So you remember that?
Yeah.
Do you remember that?
I don't remember. It wasn't a big event, so yes, I took that photo. Yes, I did. Some time ago, I picked up a very drunk girl. My wife was gone. She was away for the weekend. I took her home.
How long ago was that about?
Oh my God, 3 years ago. She was on the side there, and she actually seemed like a nice person. She wanted booze, I knew that. She was drunk. She had a half a bottle of of R&R on her there. I think that's actually why I stopped, because I had some booze, but I didn't know if I had enough, so I was like, that attracted me to her. I picked her up and I said, hey, you want some warm food and a warm place to sleep tonight? And she was like, yes, sure. And she jumped in, but she was really drunk. She was slurring it. And I took her home, and she fell asleep on the couch in front of the TV. And she was smelling. I knew she was homeless then. You know, she was stinking. And I was getting upset, and I said to her, go take a shower. You know, because now there's smell in the house. You know, Stephanie would smell like there was a homeless person in the house. Mm-hmm. And she wouldn't do it. She kept saying, no. And I was worried that she's going to vomit now, because then I realized that she really had been drinking a lot. No excuse, but I'd also been drinking. But like I said, when Stephanie goes, that's Brian time, or as you call it, Brad time, I can let my hair down, I can just relax and get rid of the whole stress of being married all the time. I clearly remember this. And again, I'm not lying to you. I don't remember, I can't visualize this girl. But I went through to the garage and I got my little pistol there, and I said to her, go shower. And she wouldn't. And I just did that. And I
while she was on the couch?
Yeah. I just shot her. Like, the messed up thing, I can tell you honestly, there was no emotion there. It was just, you're not listening to me, go shower, you're not listening to me. You know, I knew that the longer she stays there, the worse trouble I'm going to get in with Stephanie. She's going to stink up the place. If she vomits on the carpet, it's going to be, you know.
The woman he murdered years ago was 52-year-old Veronica Abuchak, a Native American like Kathleen, who also lived in the same homeless shelter. He shot her with a .22 pistol, but the horror didn't stop there. What he did to her body afterward is even more gut-wrenching.
I did have a photo of me trying to stick my fingers into her. Yeah.
So that was a real photo of you doing that to the person you shot. Was that before or after you shot her?
After.
Okay.
Yeah. And so I actually did show that to Alicia. Alicia and myself actually had a conversation. She wanted me to prove, you know, because that was the thing, that I prove it, Brian, prove it, you know. And so I thought to myself, I'm going to do something I never do, and I'm going to undelete these things. I feel very guilty about that girl, that lady. She was a sweet lady. She was nice. The only thing,
this lady,
yeah,
okay.
All she did to me was make my house stink.
And wouldn't go to the shower when you told her to.
So I was going to grab her clothes, put in the washing machine, and it'll be dry by the time she's out.
Human being does shit like this in his life and records.
You'd be surprised.
I'm going to be on frickin' America's Dumbest Criminals.
I actually took Alicia there because I was boasting.
You took her to
Yeah, I was boasting to her. But I knew, but this is like a year after, or 2 years after.
You took her there about a year after it happened.
I knew it wasn't there. I knew the person wasn't there because I'd driven past a few times, and from the road, I could see that what I'd covered with was not there anymore.
Okay, so somebody had found it.
So that's why I know you guys must have found it.
Somebody found the remains before you took Alicia out there a year later.
Yeah.
I know we have found remains in that area.
Okay. Yeah.
And I don't know whether it's her or not, but I know that there's been remains found in that area.
I've got a funny feeling I was... In my mind, my memory is that they found her very quickly. You know, it was like very soon.
Do you recall hearing it on the news, or how did you...
No. There was nothing on the news. And that's what I know that sometimes if something bad happens...
But you drove by it and noticed within 3 months or so that it wasn't there, you think?
Yeah, I'm sure it was within a few days they found it.
I'm just curious too. Then, when you had her picked, when you had her in your house there, did you have a gun handy? Did you have to go get the gun to come back and shoot her, or did you?
It was in the garage.
So when you got the gun and came back, did you say, get in the did you threaten her with the gun to get in the shower, and she refused, or did you just come back and shoot her because she wasn't getting in the shower?
No, I told her go shower.
Did she see that you had a gun?
No.
Okay.
She was lying, just looking at the TV.
Okay.
She was just drunk out of her mind as well, probably. You know, that was unprovoked. She didn't hit me, didn't hurt me, didn't do anything. She just pissed me off. But this other one, I don't know. I don't know why.
You mean you remember and don't know why, or you still don't remember?
I don't know why. I hurt this new girl.
Do you remember it and you just don't know why? Or are you still at I don't remember?
I don't remember. I'm serious. I'm trying to bring the pictures into my head, and I can't.
It was indeed a cold-blooded murder, as Brian describes it. His claims of not remembering a single thing are nothing short of blatant lies. He even joked and bragged about it to Alicia, revealing his pride in the crime. While he tells the police he can't remember exactly where he dumped the body, it remains questionable whether he's telling the truth.
This girl a couple years ago, after you shot her, you said you put a towel against her head. She didn't have an exit wound, but she had some blood coming out of the side of her head. How did you get her out of the house? How did you get her out there?
I was picked up and
Did you wrap her in a towel or anything?
Yeah, I put a towel around her head.
Nothing else? No tarp, no blankets, no nothing like that? What did you leave out there with her? Did you leave the towel out there with her?
I probably did. No, I didn't. I didn't leave the towel. I put her in a black bag, a black plastic bag.
Like a garbage bag?
Yeah.
And then you said you could see it, like what could you see?
Yeah, so when I left, as I drove out again, because I basically backed up in there and just, when I left and I looked back, I could see from the road, I could see the black bag.
Oh, okay.
So that's why.
It looks like a trash bag.
Yeah. I don't think I left the towel there, because the towel could have been linked to me.
Yeah.
And these were just normal black bags that you can get anywhere, so.
And you left her clothes on? She had all her clothes and everything on?
No. Yeah.
Okay. What did you do with her clothes?
As I was driving, whenever there was a clear spot, I would throw them out to distribute them so that they weren't found in one thing. Because if you find a full layer of clothing in one spot, it's going to be suspicious.
On the way out or on the way back?
On the way out. I was, a shoe out here and a shoe out there.
What vehicle did you have? The same truck?
Yeah. So.
Did it have a canopy on it or a topper on it at the time?
No.
So did you see it just in the open bed of the truck in a garbage bag?
Yeah. And that was also like 3 o'clock in the morning or something like that.
When you took her out?
Yeah, it was early. So I know if you're driving that road at like 12 o'clock, 1 o'clock, the police are out because they know it's all the drunk cars driving her out. So I was also scared, get rid of this person quickly as possible. Otherwise, I was scared I wouldn't know what to do with it. So that's why I drove out that late. I was falling asleep while I was driving. That's how tired I was.
Did you tell anybody else? I mean, I know you told Alicia, but she thought it was fake.
Yeah.
Did you tell anybody else about that?
No, because it's dangerous. Yeah.
So do you have, and I know you had it, and you said you recovered your deleted stuff. Do you have some type of bad picture file, some type of vault, some type of something with these photographs in it?
I did, because I wanted to prove to Alicia that I actually did.
How long was this woman at your house before you killed her? You picked her up at Caris Gamble?
Oh, it was probably about an hour.
No sex?
No. We talked a bit, but then she was she was out of it as well. So, yeah, we couldn't have done anything. So, yeah, that's why I just put my fingers inside there.
Your fingers, or did you fist her?
Well, that much.
Okay.
Yeah.
And that was when she was deceased?
Yeah.
What Brian did to the body of Veronica is undeniably vile. He violated her deceased body and showed no remorse while describing it. Apart from it, whether he has any tendencies, we may never know. But one thing is certain, he will never walk free again. Despite his claims of not remembering a thing, the SD card held enough damning evidence to put him behind bars for life. On February 22, 2024, the jury found Brian Stephen Smith guilty of the murders of 30-year-old Kathleen Jo Henry and 52-year-old Veronica Abuchuk, both Native Alaskan women who lost their lives in September 2019 and August 2018, respectively. Smith was convicted on all 14 charges, including first and second-degree murder, tampering with evidence, and sexual assault. He was sentenced to 226 years in jail.
Did you put him in a dumpster? Did you just let him lay right there? Was he buried? I mean, that's what I need to know.
I didn't do nothing with it. I just let them lay in the parking lot because it was a plain parking lot.
This is Brittany Gosney, the worst mother on the internet. Her crime against her own kid would turn out to be the most gruesome case that these detectives would ever hear.
She brought the body back to the house.
She brought the body back to the house.
She had planned the perfect ruse along with her boyfriend, but it was only a matter of time till it became the most vicious game of blames.
He didn't want to get out of bed. And he was forcing me, like, you gotta get rid of your kids, blah, 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 blah. And I was like, dude, why should I have to get rid of my kids?
Now I'm going to jail just for helping her. Okay, we can settle that on me, man. Okay, listen, this ain't fair to me.
The question was, who would break first?
I've caught you in like 5 lies in about 2 minutes because you cannot remember what bull story or sentence you said 30 seconds ago.
6-year-old James Robert Hutchinson was living with his mother, Brittany, and her boyfriend, James Hamilton, in Middletown, Ohio. The youngest of the 3 siblings, James was always enthusiastic and energetic. However, his innocent life, filled with laughter, was soon about to turn dark. On February 27, 2021, James disappeared without a trace, leaving everyone in shock. The next morning, Brittany and her boyfriend, Hamilton, went to the nearby police station to file a missing persons report. The investigation started at once, with teams fanning out over the entire area of Middletown looking for young James. But there was one thing that made the police suspect this wasn't just a disappearance, and that it could actually be something much more sinister. While the parents were seated to talk about the disappearance, the police couldn't help but notice the lack of emotion and urgency in the couple's demeanor. Moreover, the big question lingered, why didn't they dial 911 instantly after they couldn't find James? Why wait for almost a day and then just casually come to the station to file a report? This question brought suspicion into the minds of the detectives. So they decided to bring the couple in for an interrogation.
Hi, so tell me what's going on. What happened? I'm Detective Hoover. Okay, they called me and my partner out for anything to do with children. Missing children, children that have been, whatever. That's what me and one other guy do here at the PD. Okay? So this is real important, this part, is you have to be 100% honest with me with everything. Okay? Because we don't have this, we're missing a 6-year-old little boy, and we're trying to figure out where he's at. I got to make sure he's safe. Okay? So, you know, your cooperation goes a long, long way. Okay, but you have to be honest with me with everything, no matter what the circumstances are. Okay? So, you can remove your mask if you would. If you don't care. Do you care to take off your mask? Okay.
As long as you don't have COVID.
I don't. Do you?
No.
Then we're good. Okay. So, what happened? What time did you guys go to bed last night?
Well, the kids go to bed at 9.
Okay.
And we normally go to bed at 10.
Mm-hmm.
Last time I knew, I told them all it was 9 o'clock, time for bed.
Mm-hmm.
So they all went upstairs to their rooms, and I went upstairs a little bit later to see if they were asleep.
Sure.
And they were all asleep. So then that's when I came down, waited a couple minutes just to see if they might have come downstairs or something, and then I went to bed.
Okay. What time did you get up this morning?
He woke me up at 8.
He woke you up at 8. Did he wake you up any time before that to say that James was missing?
Not that I remember. He said he tried to wake me up several times, but
you don't
I'm on
remember?
medicine, so
What kind of medicine do you take?
I take anxiety meds.
Okay. I do too.
When detectives ask Hamilton the same question, they find their answers to be quite similar, although they are not completely aligned.
So after the kids go to bed, then you and Brittany go to bed about 10:30. Brittany goes to bed pretty quick, like.
Yeah.
And how long did it take you to go to bed, or you just slowly?
When we turned the TV off, she would lay on me, cuddle up with her, give her a kiss, tell her love you,
right,
sweet dreams. So about 11:15, probably I fell asleep all day. I mean.
Okay. So, what's the next thing that you remember?
I got up around 4:45.
Okay.
Went to use the restroom.
Okay.
I used the restroom. I went upstairs.
Where is the bathroom? Is it downstairs or upstairs?
Downstairs.
Okay.
When I got done using the bathroom, I went upstairs to check on the kids like I do just about every time I get up in the middle of the night.
Sure.
And I went through the rooms, noticed the boy, James, was gone. I went down, I got looked in the front door, it was locked. I looked at the back side door, it's unlocked.
So both of them were locked?
No, it was unlocked.
Oh, unlocked.
The back side door was unlocked.
So Hamilton knew James was gone by 4 a.m, but Brittany only woke up at 8 as she was on medication. It's hard to believe that Hamilton would not have been able to wake Brittany up considering the situation they were in. However, let's see what more details come up.
What did you do when you looked in the door and saw that it wasn't there?
I went downstairs checking the doors because he has took off one time before. I found him right out back on the basement steps. He was about halfway down. So I went in the bedroom. I slid my boots back on. You see, I'm still in my night. Sure. Slid my boots on. I grabbed my basement key. I grabbed my truck key, my car key. All of that. Went out and checked everything out there. Nowhere in sight.
And that is... Go ahead.
I walked about 4 or 5 blocks through there looking for him, and then through the alleys and all of that. Didn't see him nowhere. I got tired of walking. I went back home, grabbed my minivan, went out looking for him. About an hour and a half. Got back home. I took me my medicine that I'm supposed to be taking.
What is that?
I've just been buying Dayquil.
Oh, okay, I got you.
So,
sure.
And there's some nights I'll 2-3 hours, and then I'll be up 2-3 hours. I get back up. So it just depends on it. Last night I got up one time.
Right.
So.
And so you've been up since 4, or did you go back to sleep?
Well, I went home about 5:30. Took my medicine. I was taking Thermoflu, Dayquil, and Mucinex.
Sure.
Trying to get all of it.
Right.
And took some. I winded up laying there, dozing back off.
In bed or on a couch?
On the couch.
On a couch. So, at what point did you wake up the kids or Brittany to make sure they didn't know where little James was?
Well, it was around about 8:30 this morning. I woke up with everybody, and we all went looking again. And then we were
So Hamilton searched for James for an hour and a half and then fell asleep. He then woke Brittany up at about 8:30. Well, that really says a lot about how much he cared for James.
So he wakes you up at 8 and tells you what? Or do you wake up on your own at 8, or does he wake you up at 8?
Well, he woke me up, and because he went looking around first, he said he had come in there several times before to try to wake me up, and he said I didn't respond to any time. So he just went outside and looked around, looked through all the rooms, the closets, and all that, and he couldn't find him anywhere. So then the next thing he thought to do was just go around a couple blocks, see if he might be close by.
Did he walk there, or did he drive there, or what did he do for that part?
He drove around.
Okay.
But he came back and woke me up, and he was like, James is calling? I was like, what? And I was like, no, I thought he was upstairs asleep. And I even woke up the brother and sister, maybe thinking they might have seen him up, about, moving around or something, and they said they didn't hear nothing, they didn't see him.
Things are starting to become contradictory. Hamilton's story and Brittany's story are not aligning well, and this could prove to be the first key piece that the police need to cast more suspicion upon the couple.
What's your gut feeling of what you think happened to little James?
I don't know. I'm hoping he's somewhere there in the neighborhood hiding.
Does he have any friends that he hangs out with?
None I'm aware of.
Does he have any of the parks that he likes to go to?
Any parts. He's in the swing, anything will be on it. Any kid. I've taken places, do things with them, but if they're bad, I don't reward their behavior.
How do you guys normally discipline them whenever they do screw up?
Make them stand in a corner.
Okay.
And then I'll try to refrain from whooping their butt or anything.
Right.
So worried about 2-for-1 kids with their, I mean.
Right. You ever been in trouble with them before?
No, sir. I mean, well, my brother Lee called them on me one time. They came out.
Was that over on Woodside?
No, it was down in Cincinnati.
Oh, okay.
And they came out, investigated everything. He lied, said that I was burning my stepdaughter's there. And burning her. She walked around with black eyes all the time. So they came out and investigated it all. I wasn't home at the time.
Right.
So I had to take off work one day. I was busy doing a side job.
Right.
The very next day I took off work, went downtown to where the building is. Went in, I discussed it with them, and that was the last we heard. We heard nothing else.
It's quite obvious that the detectives are not trusting their words at this point. So what they now do is to ask both of them these questions and see how each one falls apart. And to first understand their relationship with the kids, the detectives delve deep into the specifics surrounding drugs.
So, what's it called? What do you take?
Hydroxyzine 3 times a day, and I take this blue pill. I don't know what the blue pill's called.
Okay. This is where I need you to be honest with me. It is what it is. Okay. Do you use any other type of narcotics, drugs, illegal drugs, or anything? Do you smoke weed? Do you?
No.
Okay. You don't use heroin. You don't use.
No, I've had family members that passed away from that stuff, and
okay. Do you
that
know?
pushes me away. So.
Do you know if your boyfriend does? Does he use any type of dope at all? Not that you know of. Well, you would know more than anybody. That's what I'm asking. You're not going to get him in any trouble. I just need to know if you're being honest with me. That's what I'm trying to feel.
I mean, I've never seen. I mean, we smoke cigarettes.
I'm not talking about that. I said drugs, illegal drugs. Of course, a lot of people smoke cigarettes. A lot of people smoke weed. A lot of people use heroin.
I mean, he smokes weed, but that's the only thing I know.
Okay, that's all.
I don't know if he does anything else.
Okay, you don't need to protect him. I'm getting a feel for you. If you're going to be honest, I just need you to be honest with me, honestly. Don't overread into any of my questions. Okay, I promise you.
The detectives don't exactly get the answer they're looking for. But with due time, things are about to get worse for the couple, and the detectives start off by giving them a hint of what is about to happen.
Well, I'll find him. Okay, I'm really good at my job, so I'm going to find your boy. Okay, and my partner's really good at his job, so that's what we do. We won't leave here until we find this boy. I need you to be, if you think of anything you need to talk to me about, then I need you to make sure you tell me, okay? If you're protecting yourself because maybe something went awry and the boy's hurt, then I need to know that kind of stuff. If you're protecting James, your boyfriend, from something he may have done accidentally, then I need to know that. I'm going to ask you to take a polygraph exam. Do you know what that is? It's a lie detector test. Okay, and because there's something going on here. Something's not right here. I've done this, like I said, I've interviewed hundreds of people over my career, and people get scared. They get themselves backed into a corner, and they don't know what to do. And my job is to help them through that, because sometimes it is what it is. Something happens, and parents freak out, and don't know what to do. Okay, so my job is I'm going to go talk to James here in a few minutes, and I'm sure he's going to tell me a little bit different story, okay, because that's what I get. That's what I find when people aren't telling me the whole truth about everything. You can help yourself out tremendously if you know anything about anything that happened, because if I prove otherwise, that you didn't tell me the whole truth, then that doesn't look good for you, okay? That's not going to be good. If you're forthcoming with me now, I can deal with whatever happens. I can deal with whatever, and we can go through that together, okay? But I need you to be honest with me about everything, because I'm going to find what happened. I'm good at my job, and I'm going to find what happened to this little boy. So is there anything else before I walk out of here? This is your opportunity to be 100% straight with me. I suspect James, or this is, I got mad at the boy last night and I spanked him and he took off out the door, or just anything's weird, it's fine to tell me. You're not going to tell me anything that's going to surprise me. Okay?
Yeah. I mean,
you hurt your baby.
Yeah.
Now, do you know?
I love my kids. I would never.
Okay. Do you know who hurt your baby?
No.
Do you know your baby's whereabouts right now? Okay. Do you suspect James is doing anything to your baby?
No.
Okay. You're 100% sure on that one?
Yeah, he loves him like they really do.
It's quite clear now that Brittany is finally getting an idea of the trouble she's in. She cannot predict what Hamilton will say on the other end, and the detectives take full advantage of this.
All right, so James is telling a little different story. All right, so this is what I need to do. In the middle of the night last night, okay, you went upstairs and you picked James up out of his room, and you went downstairs where your boyfriend was at. Tell me, and I'm not going to go into everything James has told me, okay, because I'm still looking for you to be honest with me, okay? Tell me about that. Tell me what happened after you picked him up out of the room and went downstairs.
I said, I don't remember picking him up, taking him downstairs.
You don't remember anything about picking him up, taking him downstairs in the middle of the night? James is pushing this off on you. Okay, I'm going to be real upfront with you about this at this point. Okay, so you need to be very smart, and honesty goes a long, long way with me. And if there's any criminal charges in the future, honesty goes a long way. Okay?
The detective is trying to create some trust issues between Brittany and Hamilton in the hopes that they try to throw each other under the bus. And as they try to do just that, the detective is hoping that their stories fall apart completely. Brittany was their first target, and now it's Hamilton's turn.
Brittany's kind of told a little bit different version. And I would say a little bit just because that's just being conservative. She's told a little bit of a different version of kind of the events leading up to what has occurred.
Yes, sir.
Everybody doesn't see something the same. Everybody doesn't view something the same. Everybody doesn't remember something the same. But that's why I'm trying to talk to you again. I'm not trying to trip you up. I'm not trying to do any of that. I'm just trying to make sure we didn't miss something.
My main concern is finding James, sir. That's my main concern right now.
Sure.
I mean, that's all I got on my mind. Where's my stepson?
Then help me help you guys find James. That's why we're here.
I need you all the information I know.
Okay. So at some point during the morning, Brittany goes upstairs and picks James up and brings him downstairs. Do you remember that?
No, sir.
Because she's claiming you were awake and you were there when she brought him back downstairs. Is she incorrect there, or is she making that up, or could that have happened? And
it could have. I mean, I remember. I mean, like I said, I'd sit there and I'd doze off.
Sure.
I mean, I was just sitting right here going to sleep. Like,
Sure.
I mean,
So do you remember sometime after all the kids went upstairs and they were asleep or went to bed, because God knows they may lay there for an hour, but sometime after that, Brittany goes upstairs and gets little James and carries him back downstairs?
Not that I recall, sir.
Not that you recall? Okay.
This is obviously going to make both of them nervous, and if they're hiding something, it's just a matter of time until one of them tries to blame the other first. The interrogations have now become a competition between Hamilton and Brittany to see who squeals first.
So when you put them to bed last night, they were all upstairs.
Yes.
And
I even went up there.
Do the two boys have different rooms? Or do they share a room?
Well, I leave their bags of clothes in the one room because
Right.
I tell them if they want their own room, because there's 3 bedrooms upstairs. I told them if they want their own room, then that's fine. But if you don't feel safe or comfortable, you can sleep in your brother's room, but you cannot sleep in your sister's room.
So he gets done going pee. And then what?
We went in there. I turned cartoons on.
And you've already been upstairs by now and got his bedding.
Yeah.
Okay. What is his bedding?
A blanket that lays on the floor. Another blanket to cover up with, and a pillow.
Okay.
So I went upstairs, came back down. I told her, because he was like, Mom, can you turn something on so we can see? And I turned the TV on, that way waking everybody up in the house. So I turned the TV on. He asked, Mom, can you put cartoons on? I put cartoons on for him. Because they when they're doing their schoolwork at school, they do their work. I don't know if your kids get on YouTube and watch all these SpongeBob and all that. They get on YouTube and watch SpongeBob, but he wanted to, we don't have cable, so, he asked to watch cartoons. I was like, I'll find something, and there might be something on it this time. But I was going through the channels, found the channel. He said, that's fine, Mom. So I sat there on the couch. He was sitting on the floor, on his bedding, next to brother and sister on the floor. And he was just sitting there. I asked him a couple times here and there, are you okay? Is something still bothering you? Are you still scared? Do you feel a lot better?
So how long have you been asleep before you think he woke you up, roughly? If you could guess.
I don't know, maybe 3 or 4 hours.
Okay. So if you,
once I go to bed, I go to bed at 10. Once I go to bed, I'm out.
Right. So why didn't you tell me all this before when we were talking? Why didn't you tell me all this story before? Because I just asked you if you remember going upstairs originally when I came in. Because that's what I'm being told. And you didn't remember any of that. Now all of a sudden you're remembering detail about him being
I have
scared.
a bad problem with memory issues. I couldn't tell you I can't remember day to day.
As soon as Brittany feels cornered, she brings forward a new piece of information in her own defense. That is, a memory problem. But coming back to Hamilton, he too now starts changing his version bit by bit.
You go up, you make the sweep, and one more time, they've all got their own bedrooms.
Yes.
And it was your understanding that little James was in his room?
Yes.
Okay. So, because is saying, and kind of half-backed him up here, and again, I know there are kids, but that James was actually in his bedroom with sleeping on the same mattress or bedroll that when Brittany came in and picked him up and took him back downstairs. And as for Brittany is saying that you were awake when she brought him back downstairs.
Well, when James went upstairs, it was 9 o'clock, their bedtime.
Okay. But
normally by then I'm done sitting there dozing on the couch and getting ready for bed myself. I mean, I get up between 4 and 5 o'clock every morning and get ready for work.
Sure.
I mean, weekends, it's only days I got off. This morning, like after I came back from looking from him around 5:30, I laid back down, fell back asleep.
So when you got up about, you said, let's say about 4 o'clock, when you first noticed James was not in his bed, correct?
Correct.
And did you check all the other kids' beds?
I didn't actually check. I just looked through the door.
Sure. And made sure that James wasn't in there.
Yeah.
And then at that point, did you say anything to Brittany?
Yes, I woke her up, told her that I was going out to look for him and I'll be back.
Okay.
Apparently she laid there and dozed back to sleep.
Sure.
Initially, he said that he woke Brittany up only at around 8, but now he speaks about informing Brittany about James' disappearance before he left the house to search for the little boy. The longer these types of inconsistent statements continue, the worse the situation is going to turn out for them.
So where all did you drive then?
I don't really know all the names of the streets,
but just right around the neighborhood?
I made it all the way from Braille over to almost Titus, driving up and down streets.
So you drove all the way out to Braille?
Pretty much, yeah.
Wow. Okay.
I was looking all over for him.
Sure.
I went down as far as I went was to Grand, I believe it is, right there.
Mm-hmm.
As far as I went down. And
did you make it over to Roosevelt, like around the tunnels and the woods and all that? So did you cross the tracks at all?
No, I have not.
So while you were looking, you went all east?
I went all over by our house.
Right, but you went all east. So at no point during that time frame were your Googling going to show that you were west of the tracks?
No.
You never went across tracks. So very good, very good.
It's actually funny to see the detective's sarcasm coming out slowly. Well, Hamilton is the stepdad and obviously a suspect by now. However, Brittany is the biological mother of James, and getting the truth out of her is the top priority.
You're still not lying. You're lying to me about some stuff. So, did you grow up in church or anything in the faith? Christian faith?
I remember when I was a little kid that my grandma used to take me to church all the time.
Well, I suspect something accidentally happened, okay, because you are all over the place with your stories, okay? For whatever reason, you're scared and you're not telling me the whole truth, okay? And I understand you being scared. I know you don't know me, okay, but I'm the most honest person that you're ever going to talk to, okay? I'm telling you, it's in your best interest to tell me the entire truth, okay? Or you're going to be in a world of hurt. I'm telling you. No matter what happened. No matter what happened. By telling me the truth goes a long way. It's going to go a long, long way in this process, okay? I know that something either accidental or something happened to James, or you wouldn't be all over the place like this. I've done this a long time. Okay, this is all I've done for 27 years.
So you're saying that you were there basically to leave them?
Yeah, because he told me to leave them.
And that's fine. I get that. You're trying to keep Big James happy by getting rid of your kids.
Well, I was trying to tell him he needed to leave, but...
Right, no.
I needed to go here and all that.
Let's stay right here. Just what we're talking about is you go there to drop the kids off, and you're going to leave them there.
So I don't leave. Like, I don't leave the park.
Uh-huh.
But I got to the end of the entrance.
Okay.
And then turned back around and went back in there and got him.
Okay, but little James was on the ground when you got back.
Yes.
But whenever you left, your initial intentions were to leave them. That's why you went there to begin with. And you were going to leave them and come back to Middletown. Is that what...
No, I was going to leave them and act like I was going to leave them, but I was going to tell him that I left them. And in reality, I didn't.
What were you going to do with them?
I wasn't going to do anything with them, to be honest.
Well, if you took them...
I took them to there because he told me to take them somewhere and drop them off.
To get rid of them?
Yes.
Forever?
So I couldn't get rid of my kids.
And I don't doubt that a bit. But that's where, and honey, you've been through a lot. And
I was when I was a kid and all this stuff.
Right. Well, we're just focus on whatever we're really discussing now. Okay? You're kind of getting all over the place here.
The detective's patience has to be appreciated. And by this point, it's laughable to see that Brittany still believes that she might be able to avoid jail.
And then, at what point did you see James on the ground?
I heard kids. screaming. I don't remember. I thought it was for sure, but they both could have been screaming. I don't know.
Why were they screaming? Because you were leaving them?
Yes,
Okay.
because they knew I wasn't never just going.
Sure.
So, they were standing by the bathroom stall, whatever it is, and James was kind of standing close to them, but not that close. And as I showed you on the paper, I just went around him and didn't realize he had the handle.
Did you see him grabbing a handle?
No.
Okay, you're just.
But when I kind of like, I'm assuming he grabbed the handle because I kind of pulled him a little bit, not much, and he got up and it fell back down. I guess I kind of probably made him hurt his knee on the ground or something, and he lost his balance, and he tried to catch his balance. He didn't get to, and he fell and busted his head on the ground.
And you drove back to the.
I didn't drive back to the house. I went back to get him.
How far away did you get?
Just down the road a little bit.
So here's the road. This is the main entrance. Let me go back to satellite. That's the main entrance, and that's parked on. Okay. So that is the main entrance.
Well, when you come out the driveway, I remember turning this way.
You turn left.
Yeah. And then I only went, there's like this little cut off kind of like pull off to the side of the road. Well, I went there and just turned back around and went back.
Did you sit there at the pull off at any length of time?
No, I just.
Okay.
Well,
So when you come back, he's on the ground.
Yes, I was like, you know what? I'm not leaving my kids. He can just get mad and leave, whatever.
What day did this happen?
Friday.
What time?
I want to say 2, 3 o'clock.
In the afternoon? Or was it?
In the morning.
At night?
In the morning.
Like in dark?
Well, it was dark outside, yes.
Yes.
But it was
2 to 3 a.m. in the morning.
So was it Thursday night into Friday morning, 3 a.m., or was it Friday night into Saturday morning, 3 a.m.?
Friday night into Saturday a.m.
Okay, so it was actually Saturday morning at 3 a.m.
Yes.
And it was dark.
Yes.
Okay.
I couldn't see nothing. It was raining.
However, even this is still not the whole truth. The truth is far more disturbing than any of her stories.
So you bring the kid back, you carry the kid in, and then what happens? Where do you put the kid? Where do you put James?
I just laid him on the in the when you walk in the door, that room right there, on the floor.
The front, when you walk in the front living room?
Yes, the front room.
So the living room?
Or the couch is, yes.
You lay him?
I laid him on the floor.
Okay.
The bare floor. And he took him upstairs.
James took him upstairs.
And put him in the bedroom.
What time was it?
I want to say like a couple minutes once I got back and carried him in. He took him upstairs and put him in the bedroom.
Like in a closet where?
It was on the floor. There's a window here and a window here. He put it right there on the floor.
Okay, so as I go up the steps, there's 2 bedrooms.
The straight.
Keep going straight. The straight bedroom. Okay. And you just, we're at on the floor. We're at in there.
Right there on that, not this front window, but the side window.
Okay. We're going to give you a few minute break, and then we'll be right back.
Do you need anything? You know the restroom? You need anything?
I wish I had my anxiety meds.
Well, we don't know if she got her anxiety medicines. However, we do know the truth. While Brittany tried to leave James and his siblings behind, James tried to get back in the car. However, the disturbing reality was that Brittany, who was so ready to leave them, couldn't be bothered to stop and instead just kept driving. And this cruel act by Brittany caused young James to fall, and she ultimately ran him over. This sounds like a heartbreaking accident, but what she did after killing her own son completely changes the story. She decided to turn this accident into a cold-blooded murder, and Hamilton, who helped her, is about to face the same fate as her.
Now I'm going to jail just for helping her.
Okay, we can figure it out. Okay, listen, this ain't fair to me. It ain't fair to the little boy either. We'll figure it out.
I told her that. I mean, when she called me and told me she's at the wrong place, I told her turn around, come home. Turn around, come home.
The wrong place. You mean a rush?
At Rush Run. When she said she wasn't at the right place, there's a building here, I can't do it there. I said, turn around, come on home. Just bring him home.
All right. Okay.
What was her plan then? Because he didn't accidentally get fall.
I don't know, sir. I mean, the story she told me when she came home, 1 minute it was he had the handle door and she took off and he fell.
On the car? On the van?
On my van.
Okay.
Then the next minute it was that he was chasing after her, tripped and fell.
So she told you a couple different stories?
Yes.
On March 5th, 2021, 29-year-old Brittany Gosney and 42-year-old James Hamilton were indicted by a Butler County grand jury on a combined total of 31 felony charges for the death of 6-year-old James Hutchinson, as well as crimes against his siblings. However, Brittany still showed no remorse for killing her own son, remaining the same cold and unempathetic mother.
What's the conversation between you and James? How does he want you to get rid of him?
He just told me to take him to the run. He just said rush run.
And do what?
He just told me to take him there and drop him off.
Okay.
So I took him there and dropped him off.
Okay. So now you're up at rush run. Okay, just you and the 3 children.
Mm-hmm.
Now what happens?
I told the kids to get out.
Okay.
And then that's when James didn't want to get out, or he didn't even answer me.
So the 2 kids get out?
Yes.
Okay.
James would not answer me for nothing.
Okay.
And I was back there kind of like shaking his arm, trying to get him to talk to me, and he wouldn't say anything.
Okay. At what point do you drive off?
Like 5 minutes later.
I'm about to lose my temper, and I'm trying not to. I'm going to take a break.
And the same thing was about to happen to the other detective, too.
I've caught you in like 5 lies in about 2 minutes because you cannot remember what story or sentence you said 30 seconds ago. Am I wrong?
No, I have a memory problem. I've been trying to tell you that.
You're full of We've already talked to
Can I have a paper so I can maybe...
I'm going to write down your lies and we'll write down a good journal.
When the case went to trial, James Hamilton was indicted on 2 counts of gross abuse of a corpse and tampering with evidence. Additionally, he faced charges of kidnapping and 2 counts of child endangerment, resulting in a 19-year prison sentence. On August 16, 2021, Brittany Gosney pleaded guilty to murder and 2 counts of felony child endangerment for the killing of James Hutchinson and the abuse of her other 2 children. She was sentenced to life in prison with a possibility of parole after 21 years. Tragically, James's body was never found. However, the search continues in the hope of finally giving him the proper goodbye that he deserves. So what do you think about this case? Was this the whole truth, or were there many more secrets left undisclosed?